Go violent. And yet again, you are following us on CDC, the Watchalong on a terrific Tuesday by the 100 that we just saw Virat Kohli hit. I say just saw, I mean, after the gym session and all that, whatever we've been through in the evening. I have Somesh Agarwal. I have, of course, Akash Subramaniam. I said that right?
No.
I'm literally overflowing with energy right now. I'm having some caffeine to make it all the more interesting. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. I'm just coming out of the steam room. Guys, you want to start the show and then I'll just come back in a bit?
No, just stay where you are.
I mean, it's going to be a very short watch along because, look, let's face it, me and Som were debating throughout the afternoon that we should have gone live when India were just scoring runs for fun. 373 they ended up getting in Sri Lanka now. Huffing and puffing to an inevitable defeat. Is that the way to put it?
Or as Pramod would say,
one of the predictions in office was that they'll be winning by 3 wickets, but for that they need to score 230 more runs with 3 wickets in hand and at a rate of 10 and over.
It's not happening. I mean, there's a lot to talk about from an India perspective. The fact that they've dropped a man who scored a double century for starters. They went with
and a man who's in the form of his life, but both are absolutely bang on decisions.
Bang on.
I don't know why there has been an outcry. I at times feel that when people say that so-and-so player, how can you drop? they forget that for playing someone, you have to drop someone else as well. You can't just play a 13-member team. Like, this is not the SAT20.
So for the people who don't know, who are you referring to?
I'm referring to everyone.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe,
just to be clear.
It's like, it's not one or two, but everyone is like, oh, he scored a double 100. Oh, Sky is in the form of his life. But, I mean...
3 people. You forgot Kuldeep Yadav as well.
Yeah, Kuldeep Yadav फिर भी मैं समझ सकता हूँ. But I think Chahal has not done a lot of to come back to it later. Yeah, the internet is playing a few games with.
Josh was coming back from the dentist.
Yeah,
who basically moved from that side of the screen to this side of the screen.
Yeah, good to see you, lad.
More wise.
Which Gurkeerat aims to do on 18th.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you revealed it.
Yeah, we've revealed it. Oh, was it a spoiler alert?
He himself did it, no?
Oh yeah, he actually revealed it himself. So. Just coming back to the game here, though, Sri Lanka, of course, never going to reach 374. If they do, then we all have to throw a party for Pramod because he's just been saying, oh, watch out.
He's our Sri Lankan and associate nation.
He's a Sri Lankan, no?
Yeah. He's brilliant. He's really brilliant, that man. And Anirudh Suresh was supposed to join us today, but obviously he was like being this little Australian girl saying, oh, Kohli stat padding it again, which is ridiculous. What are your thoughts about...
Suresh is still recovering from working so hard during South Africa tour of Australia. Tight games, tough games, no breaks.
One is what you mentioned to me around 2 in the afternoon today, saying that they basically called Sri Lanka again to get Rohit Virat back in the form, which is true. Let's not make any mistake of that. Rohit, well compiled 83. I think everyone got runs.
I think Rahul. India not playing Pakistan have always helped Sri Lanka because that means that, it's always easy to call one of your neighbors, right? So, I mean,
by that logic, how is it so easy to call West Indies every now and then?
Because the neighbors here, East Indies, West Indies.
Hardik's
taking long flights.
No, but I mean, I think Somesh said it in 2011 before India went on to lift the World Cup. We played Sri Lanka at home.
मैंने ऐसा कुछ नहीं बोला ना मैं फालतू बातें करता हूँ.
No.
2011 तक तो ऐसा हो गया था कि I remember Wasim Akram saying on air that guys, let's be honest, India versus Sri Lanka has become quite boring now. They keep playing each other. Having said that, I mean,
2011 final.
I think 2020 was the only year. 2019, they are the only year since 1984 or something where India and Sri Lanka did not play any time in the year.
No, but it's actually like something that we were talking about even in the first T20 and national watch along that we did. How India Sri Lanka over the years has just bored us all to death. And we're honestly romantic cricket fans who liked Sachin versus Jayasuriya in Sharjah, all those kind of battles within the war types, stumping.
I actually had a Sri Lankan jersey with Jayasuriya.
When was the last time you ever feared a Sri Lankan team? As an Indian cricket
2011 final.
Was that the last time? Was it that long ago?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, see, 2014 T20 World Cup final, I was okay with stuff because not because of Yuvraj. I mean, I was just thinking of things from Sri Lankan perspective that these guys reach final every time, and this is supposedly the last time Jayawardene and Sangakkara were playing. So I was quite okay with them winning the trophy at that point in time. But 2011 obviously mattered to India a lot more, and Sri Lanka ended up getting a decent total.
Yeah.
And India were struggling. So I mean, that was the last time, and I had some jitters about an India-Sri Lanka game. I felt them slightly during the Asia Cup because, I was under that T20 side is really strong and they can achieve big things this year, but it was not to happen. But still, that's mixing formats, right? That was T20. T20. India versus Sri Lanka T20 will still be close, like we saw in the series. But ODI is longer the format. The Gulf is exposed to a greater extent.
Yeah, because New Zealand are playing Pakistan and then they come here not too long away from now. So it'll be interesting to see if that challenge is slightly better than this one, because Sri Lanka have their players and they'll have their certain days, but I really can't see them really being a consistent side. I know they've had good results go their way, like the Asia Cup, or for that matter, the only team beating England in that 2019 ODI World Cup. They were the only team, right?
Yeah.
Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they still had Malinga and Matthews and stuff. Their transformation as a country as well, it's almost like it's overlapped, because obviously you just mentioned Mahela, Sankar, all of them went away, and then you talk about Matthews rate. Yeah, transformation, I was saying. Transition. Matthews went away, Malinga went away. Who's next? Is it now the Shanaka Hasaranga for the next 5-6 years? At least in white ball cricket, or do you think?
5-6 years ka to main bata nahi sakta.
4 years, 5 years.
The only thing whenever I look at a Sri Lankan 11 is across formats it looks pretty much the same. And this is what concerns me. It tells me that the player pool is pretty limited, which is actually the reality.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of cricketers who are three-dimensional, right?
Yeah, but not
Shanaka Hasaranga.
that's
so do a lot of associate nations, right? I mean, because see, the point is that if the pool is limited, and this is what India is struggling with, because if the pool is limited, inevitably you have to learn more skills, because aisa nahi hai ki you'll have like plentiful net bowlers.
No, that's true.
No, one is that, and then if the pool is limited, you kind of take your spot for granted. That's what these players have been doing for the last, say somebody like Avishka Fernando. He has like ton load of talent that even Mahela Javan has credited him, but because there's not a lot of talent available in the island, they're like, I mean, anyway he's going to play. Exactly. So he doesn't have to like score 100 after 100, 100 after 100 to prove a point. But that's not the case with India.
Yeah,
like we discussed, Ishan Kishan after double century can be dropped, and rightfully has been dropped because Gill has been performing before.
Yeah, actually, India is the only country who would probably dare to drop a double century. Think about it.
No, I think even Australia would.
Yeah, maybe Australia, maybe
England definitely would.
You think England?
Yeah. If say for example, Bairstow walks back in, they'll be okay dropping Harry Brook from the test.
If he scored 200.
He's already scored 200s.
As in like a double 100. Like what Ishan Kishan did was like no small feat, guys. Come on.
Yeah, but that was, you'll have to also like look at conditions. You'll have to look at all of that, right? So that's the thing. You can't be like, oh, just because he scored a 200, or just because he's done this.
Okay, is he done enough to displace Dhawan from that backup opener? If we're assuming Rohit and Gill are going to open?
Yeah,
for sure. That for sure.
See,
right?
Ishan Kishan, Somesh also will agree that he will travel with the team, but not just because he's a left-hander, not just because he can play kind of like different multiple roles, also because he's a wicket-keeper. So in dire straits, like we don't know what might happen.
True.
India might need somebody who can fit in all those boxes. And
Kishan takes all of them.
Yeah, exactly. So he would still be in the squad. But doesn't mean you start with him.
He's not inevitable, maybe. I agree with Akash there to some extent. Subodh Chavan going on to say, honestly speaking, Rohit Sharma looked comfortable than any other batter and even batted better as well. Subodh, thanks for the comment. All you guys as well, keep the comments coming in because we're going to talk about India right now. I was going to ask the boys actually. This is something that I asked them when I walked into office today. Is this the best Indian team in ODI cricket right now, barring Bumrah and Jadeja? But someone said, no, there's no Sundar as well.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The tail is slightly longer, in my opinion, because it
you can't Shami 6 down.
Other than that, I think the top 6 is pretty much locked in my opinion. It looks a pretty solid
and
top
Jadeja
6.
For Akshar.
That depends how Jadeja turns up, right? I mean, Akshar at this point of time is not doing anything wrong.
Yeah. And we're playing 3 pacers today.
Yeah, maybe the only option is to play Sundar instead of a pacer or a spinner, depending on... Or spinner, Chahal is the only option because you can't drop Akshar.
No, so you've said it multiple times in these watch-alongs before that looking at the World Cup in India, 3 pacers, which Hardik automatically becomes just third.
Yeah.
So it'll be Bumrah, Siraj, I'm guessing, on ODI form.
Yeah.
And then Hardik, and then 3 spinners who are all different.
Yeah.
So would you stick with Chahal?
Yeah, I mean, in that case, it's fine because you will have Sundar batting at 8.
So would you not want a spinner and then a left arm spinner?
I mean, Chahal, Kuldeep... in my opinion, Chahal has not
Doesn't
done a
matter.
lot wrong in this format. So at least it makes sense to persist with him for a while. And then if we see a dip, then maybe try and have Kuldeep. I think Kuldeep will be in the mix. But looking at an ODI lens, I would not want to, given it's only 10 months to the World Cup, there's no point introducing Bishnoi as well and making it more complicated. India have to sort of finalize either him or Kuldeep, or have both of them and then pick them based on the opposition and so on and so forth. If it's a lefty heavy combination, maybe then they can try and have Kuldeep.
If you guys are wondering why the mic's moving here, I think our producers just come in to tweak a few things.
I don't think they will even notice that.
They won't even notice that maybe. Umran bowled the fastest delivery by an Indian 156 kilometers per hour.
And guess who he
beat?
Yeah.
For Indian pacer? Oh, that's a good question. Can you give me a nice cheeky clue?
The answer is there.
The answer, my friend.
Umran Malik himself.
Yes.
In the wind.
Exactly.
You can't beat him.
No, he beat.
Okay, who was third?
मैं ऐसा सोच रहा था कि कोई बाबर और नाम का कोई पेसर खेलेगा इंडिया के लिए.
No, I was straight away thinking Zach, Bumrah.
Oh, he had, I think, before this he had a 155 or 154, and now he's.
When did ball speed come into play? 2000s?
Late.
Hey, 2000,
early 2000, yeah.
I think even before that, I feel.
No, but was it as accurate? We'll never know.
Accurate,
that's the thing.
You can't be sure that if it's accurate or not. Because I distinctly remember this was the first game of IPL 2019. And they had Prasidh Krishna bowling at 155 or something in the first over. And I was like, this
and he's a kiss the deck bowler. Yeah,
whatever it is. See, he actually gained pace a couple of years later, but 2019 Prasidh Krishna was definitely not 155 bowler.
I'm not sure if you guys have checked it, but when I was going through Twitter, I saw this app where if you put some footage of an old thing, it'll show you pace. And it's like crazy pace, like Wakar time and all, 160, 155, which we don't know if it's true. But if it is true, then that was a proper era.
Yeah,
150, 160 is like...
I think Mark Wood and Umran are the quickest right now in world cricket, so to speak.
Yeah. Nokia.
Oh yeah,
Nokia and Lockheed. So 4 of them. And then there are others.
The fast 4.
Yeah.
Not the fab 4.
The fast 4 and the fab 4.
Hopefully that comes through sometimes. So keep your comments coming in, and of course subscribe. Do give us a lot of love by liking and spreading the word. We're going to be doing watch-alongs for the rest of the series as well. The second ODI comes from, I think, Eden Gardens on Thursday, so we'll be here similar times. We wanted to actually do it really earlier, guys. Apologies, because we were really in a conundrum saying, okay, if we start, how do we continue? So if you guys have ideas, let us know in the comments below. I think I put up a YouTube post as well saying, when do you guys want us to start the ODI watch along? And there's lots of you guys getting chirpy and that, which is what we love. Sharaka nearly getting bowled, nearly doing a KL Rahul. I say that because KL Rahul was bowled around his legs today. But all the Indian batsmen getting runs. And you said so right now, not too long ago, that the top 6 is set. So what are we really looking to iron out before the grand tournament in November? Ideally, get Bumrah and Jadeja in as quick as possible to play with the best 11, right? That's something we never did before the T20 World Cup.
For that, they have to be fit. It's not like they're not trying.
They would have played this series as well if had they been fit. So,
but we said more rush than back.
Exactly.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So,
but Jadeja really injured, bro. I just keep seeing him in like videos of the BJP with his wife.
That's something we'll never know.
Something we can't
comment on and not know.
Unless we're in the mix.
We can't comment on it.
No, how would you know? I mean, you can't make a claims. Yeah, that's not second guess.
See, one thing is being physically fit, and there is the other thing of being match fit.
All right. There's a message come from the messenger. Somesh needs to read
pass
the phone. What does it say?
Oh, I mean, I think there's some issue with the mic.
The mic. Are we not audible at all? Oh, we are. But
I think.
Okay. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me more. Okay, that'll definitely.
Is it your phone that is creating a ruckus?
Not at all. I don't think so. Let's see. Keep the comments coming in. Tell us if our audio is right, what we need to do. I think the viewers never lie. So the viewers will always have a solution as well. We're hoping that you guys come good on a Tuesday. Hoping United come good on a Tuesday. Bro, playing Charlton in the Carabao Cup. Couple of things. Carabao Cup is not being telecast anywhere, which is
thank God. Oh, sorry. Oh.
And I kept thinking Charlton at least a championship. They're League One mid-table. I'm just like, dude, this is Anyway, sorry. So
This is the
trying to figure
mid-table.
out. So can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm getting so many
Messages.
I mean, I'm
Saying
just
what, you can't hear us?
yeah.
You're joking.
Guys, just leave a comment if you can hear us properly now.
Yeah.
Come on, all the mic, like you guys can see the blue here and the green here.
The
For
road
sure.
not
You
taken.
can't let us down. This mic's honestly like been part of 34 watch-alongs right now. I can't go wrong unless switch off, switch on. All right.
Is that the magic? Is that the Indian way? One is that, and then just keep backing it till it works, like you do with remotes.
Okay, now I'm just.
It's just
ODI check. You're watching cricket.com with me, Abni Shekti. Dude, this is ridiculous. I think we're really audible. If we weren't audible, people would have anyway heckled us in the comments.
So they are.
Are
But
they?
private comments.
Or private comments. It's a public which matters, lads.
Okay.
Shaunak's going mad. It's having a noise, everyone's saying. There's some issue with the watch-along. That's it. Mere ko aise ho raha hai. Gautam Bajpai. Good on Gautam. 22 people, please tell us. And subscribe if you think our audio is fine. Then we'll know. Then we'll 100% know. By the way, Sri Lanka, never going to chase this 374. So feel free to let us know in the comments about whatever you want to talk about. Umran Malik's pace, Virat Kohli's 45th 100, how he's 4 behind Tendulkar. When will he catch Tendulkar? Before the World Cup, at the World Cup, during the World Cup final?
Want to check?
Yeah.
And Som's getting tense here. He's not having any of it. He's being Ranjan Madhugale.
Wow.
Ranjan Madhugale. Dude, what is the dew? Is that a joke?
No, that's how it is.
Bro, that's a lot of squatting. That sounds
Just
wrong.
because,
But the super sopper, it's quite ridiculous. Were you telling me the tale the other day, or was Basta where there was a helicopter arrived to be the super sopper in one of the things? Peter Nisanka, top edge, gone.
Easy catch.
Last 15 balls or just 10 runs. There is no run. Nisanka goes for a well-made 72.
And that's it.
And Umran Malik, third wicket? No, second
Second wicket.
Well done. Second wicket for Umran
Pace
Malik.
is pace.
Good. So is Nisanka head and shoulders the best batsman in Sri Lanka right now as a batter?
As a technically sound batter, yes.
He's max to max Rituraj Gaikwad, bro. He's max to max.
Exactly. Ruturaj Gaikwad
And
is quite
Gaikwad's also
talented.
buff,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's quite talented.
Oh, is it one of those weird
Robotic.
voices? What do you think about Hardik batting? Think Hardik's batting has been good, man. He's just been unlucky. A lot of, I don't know, what's the right word? Against the run of play dismissals, that I kind of cast back in my mind. How's Donovan Ferreira, says Akshat Dadich. It's good that you asked that because this man on the right is not Donovan Ferreira, but wrote about Donovan. And he's going to be keeping an eye on the SAT 20. We should do a watch along for that as well.
Actually, he's quite good. He's like a, how do you call it?
Corbin
like
Bosch.
A pace hitter. No. Corbin Bosch is an all-rounder, but Donovan is more like a proper pace hitter, and he has a finisher kind of vibe to him.
Donovan Ferreira.
And a wicket keeper as well.
You heard that name here first.
Donovan, friend of us.
Chachant going on to appreciate Umran Malik with fire emojis as well. I love how you guys always are so consistent in your presence in the comments. Keep it coming. Love Chachant, love Raja Human, love Pranavanand. Pranavanand, as a matter of fact, is just hit us in the comments as well. Pretty much the wicket that you envision when you think of Umran in the middle overs in ODIs. It's a good point that he makes. We know that there's middle order enforcers in T20s, but in ODIs, Akash, you think that's also a big role?
Do you remember in 2019 World Cup, England had Plunkett doing that?
And that was very underrated in that tournament, dude.
So that's why India look at. I mean, see, I've heard this story. I think it might be true that India wanted to play Umran Malik more in ODIs so that they can groom him properly. And it's good that they're doing it because what happens when Bumrah is out? They'll have to get somebody who has that point of difference.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Do you think he's had a similar sort of trajectory as a Bumrah? I know he's not really reached world-class levels yet, but in terms of playing very minimal first-class games, IPL being his stepping stone, now kind of slowly kind of honing in, or do you think Bumrah still had a bigger, higher jump and he burst from the seam faster?
I think No, I think Bumrah played more games against better opponents before his IPL jump, because I think by then he had bowled two. I mean, he bowled a lot of
I see
games.
what you're saying. Yeah.
And Umran had played 3 first-class games before making his IPL debut.
And Bumrah, just like what 10, 12,
He would have
15?
played. Yeah, he's played more than.
Yeah,
So-
because there's this myth that Bumrah never played that much of first class cricket, which is true to a certain extent, but definitely not rubbishing that fully.
And we're still figuring.
We're still figuring it out. I don't know. Somesh is kind of hands on hips. He looks like Joe Root in the slip cordon in 2020, saying,
Or-
"Where the hell are my catches?"
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Is it too loud?
No, every time you speak, it's like the drums are.
Oh, like that. Am I better now, gents? Is this better? We'll keep getting the comments.
can you do a drum roll then?
Drum roll. Cheers to all you fellow India, RCB, United fans, if there are any out there. They're very minimal these days.
So that's why you have a black funeral hug.
We came in with RIPSA. That was one of the watchalongs to remember. Wow. Now he's fiddling all right. He might just break it here.
He's
He's
playing.
not careful.
He's playing a second fiddle to the.
I honestly
Microphone.
should, like, put my camera mirror on and show the viewers what Som's trying to do.
Behind the scenes.
Look at the behind the scenes. Soon. Behind the scenes. Sorry. Just getting carried away now. Okay, guys, there's not been a single comment, believe it or
Also-
not, about the audio.
And
So either
that's a good
our
shot from Hasarka.
audience are listening to us and nukes, they don't care.
Or they like this voice of ours better than
Yeah.
our normal voices.
Oh, here's one from Chichan. Gakpo, now Jao Felix. What is happening, United? Honestly,
Whoa.
it's terrible. The voice is a little cluttered, but I'll answer you, Chichan. Every time in recent history, United have gone in to buy someone, we never win. We're not competitive
Because
in terms of transfers. We wanted De Jong, we ended up getting Casemiro. Maybe that's a better reform.
that's why you're getting Vegas now.
We wanted, I think, other names. We just got Vegas. But Vegas, I mean, in terms of pressing stats, is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Gakpo is a real miss. Felix, I really didn't care about.
Felix,
Yes. Blow money. Right. Can you hear us now? Statsman Ani trying to be production man.
if you guys can't hear us clear and loud, we're going to make this private.
Oh, definitely. I'm showing you like a mirror image of what you can get.
Open the link.
Wave to Statsman Swami.
Not me.
Open the link, bro. Open the link. Why? 1 second. Subodh saying something. Sue with Al Nasser, bro. I know he went also Al Nasser, man. Just shocking. Absolute garbage. I don't know
Ooh,
how.
Su- Technical meltdown.
It's not been a pretty one. I'm just gonna do this watch along as a podcast. Fuck you guys. Can you hear me? Oh my god, my voice is that deep. Dude, I sound like I'm from Breaking Bad or something like that. Guys, who batted well today? What do you guys
Did
think?
Inhale helium before coming in.
I wish I did.
I mean, you sound like you did, so
No, I mean, my voice is just that attractive, I guess. It really is. It's just this deep, husky voice tone. But yeah, I know what you guys are saying. You know what baffles me though, Akash? No one has said anything wrong about the audio in terms of StreamYard comments.
it's just some helium.
Huh?
It's just some helium.
It is maybe it's just an alien. Yeah, it's not that bad. Look at that. Shaunax going mad. The hangers are all on the floor. It's shambles here in the CDC studio. But I guess this is a one way to interact with our viewers as well. Sometimes things don't go off to plan. It's 2023. It's fine. I witnessed that multiple times in my news broadcasting days, where it's just like cut to break in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're on air. Yes, we'll take a small little breather. We'll be back shortly. Obviously not, but like this is way back in the day.
Let's take a commercial break, except we don't have any.
We don't have any commercials. Hold on.
Please.
Oh my good grief. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry guys, really apologize for this.
He's twisting and turning.
He's twisting and turning.
He's gone past this man.
Gone past his man, he's got it out. Perfect. You know the funny thing is, Shona, the mic's not him switching off. Is it not him switching off? Is this a joke? And can we see ourselves? I don't know if I'm on air.
You are on it.
We are. It's talking about just shit, and we have 15 people watching us and comments coming through as well. Avnish, bro, where is the studio? Which city? It's in Bangalore. It's in Bangalore, Subodh. It is on Lavelle Road. Come find us. Give us a shout. I swear to God, if you guys walk through, we'll give you a bunch of goodie bags. And we'll just tell you to go back from wherever you came from.
Except we'll not come down from our office and give it to you.
Absolutely.
You'll have to find our office. That's
I actually miss these days where I was like, guys, what's up?
okay. This is the television day.
Yeah, the television days. Be like, take a fucking mic and walk on the roads. Oh, 1 second. Umran Malik striking yet again.
It's a fire.
And Anirudh Kasargod's body's made of glass. I can't see through. Or can I? I can. 3 for 22. It's getting better by the over for Umran Malik. Subodh Chavan, we've answered your question. It's in beautiful Bangalore. It's right in CBD in terms of the Central Business District. Lavelle Road near UB City. Sorry that I've been animated in this voiceover. I mean, in this watch along.
I think. Oh,
There is a glitch.
Yeah, there is some.
Maybe we really apologize, guys.
It's not Santosh, okay?
Yeah, it's not Santosh. Okay. By the way, we really apologize. I know I keep saying the same thing that we haven't seen any negative comments about the audio, but I know our voices are muffled and maybe there's a small wherever you're hearing it. I haven't heard it.
We have some electric voice.
Yeah, we have some electric voice. What about the comments which are just coming through? Are those negative? Surely the viewers are honest people on a Tuesday, 8 p.m. They have nothing better to do. Although it's too soon to ask this question when Pant... We'll come to the cricketing questions, lads. Hold on. Chuchan saying this whole series is worthless. Yeah. And Subodh Chavan, guys, I'm a big fan about your knowledge about the game. Hope we meet one day. I'm from Solapur, Maharashtra. Have you come here before? That's a beautiful state, let alone place, town. Solapur is a town, I'm guessing, right? Yeah, for sure. But love to Solapur. All to say, all you guys. And Subodh. Subodh, you've been one of those great CDC loyal fans, so we'll keep shouting out your name. So thank you. Much appreciated. You've been as promising as Umran Malik has been in his little early career so far. Oh yeah, maybe that. This whole series is worthless. Give false confidence to batters and bowlers.
Pretty much like the watch along we're doing.
Yeah, but bro, like it goes...
Gives false confidence.
But doesn't it go back to the question that what's the point of these series? I know Anirudh in office was saying, dude, Kohli's 100 doesn't mean anything. It's like, look at it, it's a garbage series and stuff. But can you play devil's advocate to that?
See, this series is all about India fine-tuning the plans. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as they figure out who their top bowlers are, backup bowlers included, then the point of the series is done. That's all it should matter, because the top 6 just writes their own names on the
True. So are you also of that opinion that Hardik Pandya should be the third pacer? And if you are, has he bowled anything this match or not yet?
He has. He bowled in the power play. And that's something that he's been bowling a lot nowadays. So ideally in conditions where there's like Chepauk, where there's like a lot of turn, just play 2 pacers with Hardik as your third pacer and just play Kuldeep, just play Washington Sundar and Akshar or Jadeja, whoever is fit. And that gives you batting depth. That gives you... See, we didn't have a lot of batting depth.
Yeah.
We were lucky that all the top 4 fired.
Yeah.
What if they didn't fire? What if we were...
Yeah, those what ifs will definitely be there. But do you think it's harder picking the 15 than the 11, as silly as it sounds? Like, we have to pick a 15 because that's the ICC rules. But who are your backup 4? Is it someone like an Umran, Sundar, Suryakumar.
Mm.
You have to pick up backup wicketkeeper
At
or
this point, I think the backups would be Ishan Kishan because again, left-hander wicketkeeper can play in multiple positions. So one is that. Second is Umran because if Bumrah goes out, there's nobody like him. You can't replace him. Then it'll be Kuldeep.
oh yeah, I forgot about
So he'll be
that's
part
the
of the
third
mix.
bench.
Then I think Akshar would be the fourth.
Okay.
And probably you'll be looking at Surya as the fifth.
So that's 16, 15 or whatever,
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, so it's like 5.
That's mad. So
Or if you consider, only 4, then probably instead of Akshar, I will pick Surya. So that takes all the...
yeah, so basically, what about Siraj, Bumrah, Shami?
They're starters.
They're starters. Shami as well. Will you pick him?
Yeah. Shami's ODI form is great.
Okay. So, but that dispels your theory about just 3 pacers, right? So then you'll pick 4 like today.
No, I'm saying considering this.
Oh, okay, fine. Fair.
Outside that those are who I'll consider in the 15.
Makes sense. Oh, the gateway of India. We've seen it. We've seen it all today. And Umran Malik saying Ben Stokes. It's almost like the Ashish Nehra. Anyway,
Figure something.
Look,
Give us a moment.
Zoom's back in the mix. It's an ODI World Cup year. Every ODI they play has a point. Every game is one more opportunity for the likes of Umran, Gill, your spinners. These ODIs had no point last year. But we'll see this trend emerge every year, Pranav. Next year is going to be the T20 World Cup year. We'll still see ODIs being played. For sure, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the death of ODIs will only happen if Virat Kohli retires.
I'm just thinking,
Said one wise man.
How many ODIs do we have to watch this year?
How much cricket do
No,
we have to consume?
that's already done. We are watching cricket every 2 days.
That's true. Every day, actually. Every half a day. Invariably. Stumbling upon someone who's covering an SAT 20 game or
surely every day.
New Zealand, Pakistan, Battle of the Highway. Who wins on NH47? It's ridiculous. By the way, we all kind of figured out that India, Australia are going to be playing the World Championship in all likelihood. If they aren't, then you can go back to this watch along and then sue me for it, I'm guessing.
Because this will become private.
Make it private over there.
Sure.
And we wanted to be an absolutely electric Border-Gavaskar Trophy.
Somesh, has your engineering knowledge worked on this?
Not so far, but I'm still trying to figure out if we can do something.
Okay. What have you heard us on YouTube?
Yeah, I did. There is some drumming noise. It's like you guys are playing a drum.
But our voice is audible, right?
Your voice is audible, but then it's like with drums, with a very unwanted background.
That's really startling because I begged, pleaded, and whatever other adjectives you want to use to the audience right now, saying, "Koi to bol do audio ke bare mein." No one said anything, bhai.
Because you're watching yourself in full screen, no? Which you shouldn't.
Guys, Shauna,
even the comments.
put the comments in. If there are any comments, keep taking the comments in. Chavan Pichli, ones which relate to the audio, but yeah, so we want to read this.
Chavan, I'm sure he's talking about Dhawan. पिछले 2 साल से कितने बार दूसरे ने बचाया पर विराट जल्दी out.
No, I think he's talking about.
He's talking about Dhawan.
Cheher or
our subscriber.
Oh, Subodh Chavan.
Okay.
Okay. This sounds like when raindrops come on the mic.
Yeah.
चलेगा क्या आवाज चलेगी क्या? We will try to fix it after this watch along and this game is done anyway.
We'll have to, but for now.
Abbas Kunti going on to say, has Joburg Super Kings assembled a good squad? Here's the Chennai Super Kings lad. You should ask him.
They have assembled a good squad for home conditions. For their home condition. It doesn't turn. It's Joburg. It's pace. Pace is pace. And even the batters top 3 can play real pace. So that's what they've gone with.
Will you do a watch along for the WTC final or the BGT? Yes and yes, Pranav. Or do selectively, like when the game reaches a crescendo. Actually, we're thinking to do reviews and pretty much the 3rd session onwards for BGT. But for the World Test Championship, I'm going to be here with you, whether these guys are or not. Capacities of play. First session, second session. Think about it. Do it the Oval. Cummins to Kohli. Dropped by Warner.
See, Abbas Kunde's rightfully put it. Don't mix formats. Your watch along should be only
Abbas also said Shardul should be playing ODIs. Abbas, sorry, bro, but you're wrong here. Now Gill should be our permanent opener in ODIs ?
Gary. It should have been
recency bias had hoti hai.
What?
No, I agree.
Avnish is taking every comment a little too lightly here, but Gary, I mean, it goes without saying, right, that Gill at this moment should be a permanent pick because again, today, I mean, see, obviously,
that's what Rohit said in his pre-match press.
see, Virat Kohli will take the cake here for the innings that he played, which he should, but although this pitch is flat, no doubt about that, but the openers took advantage of it. I mean, one thing is to have a flat wicket and one thing is to have the players who can capitalize on it. This was the highest opening partnership without a wicket for the first 10 overs after the 2019 World Cup. So, I mean, just across all ODIs.
So, no, fair.
And so, not just that, Rohit, the way he batted is...
Yeah, I think Rohit batted better than Gill.
No, Gill started better than Rohit, but Rohit, after that, once they started bowling short, he's like, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.
But the problem is Gill literally had like a few freebies to get his way off. So I think Gill this.
Okay, we'll try to fix it once more. Is it better now?
I think it is.
I hope it is. If not, then we need to buy a new mic.
Abbas is saying, why are you all behind, man? Okay, Shahzad and ODS.
No, he's talking about something else.
No, that little joke that we pulled on him right now. Hope Avinash Bhai remembers joining live after a long time. By the way, what's about SET20? Are you guys going to preview it? Valuable distribution. We are going to cover it. Shubh's going to be the point of contact.
No.
So sound is
what do you mean? Anirudh Kasaragod has written a preview.
So guys, there's already a preview of the SET20 on our app and website. You can actually go on and check it out.
It's actually more extensive than some of the others have done it. So please, it's not like we're not getting paid by Anirudh Kasaragod. We wish we did, but
it's a plug-in to the lovely CDC website and the article. But check it out. And it's just remarkable. Some of the squads I was looking at, Pal Rockets. I mean, you talk about the MI Cape Town squad. Oh, sorry, Pal Royals, my bad. MI Cape Town. They are honestly like
Cape Town.
Sam Curry,
my Cape Town,
Rashid Khan, Kagiso Rabada, Deval Brevis, Liam Livingston. The names just go on. It's quite ridiculous what they have.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say, guys, sound is not better yet. Thanks for both. Finally.
Guys, I feel you guys will have to bear with us.
Yeah, just today we apologize about this.
The mic has, I think, aged.
Given up.
And anyway, India could have won this game by I think 146 runs is my prediction. That's also like complimenting Sri Lanka right now. But we'll take some of the questions that we can see. Can you go up, Shaunak, if you can? Because I can see one about
Washi or Jadeja play at middle like a Yuvraj and go with
at least three spinners, Washi or Ashwin and Akshar or Jadeja and Kuldeep or Chahal, like 2011 World Cup. That time
we've seen two no-look top ages from Sri Lanka. No, one was in the last game as well. One today by Avishka Fernando.
Yeah. Second. That
this Shanaka was towel before wicket.
In that one section, so just taking Raj's point, in that 2011 World Cup, how many spin options do we have? Sehwag,
Yuvraj,
Raina. Then obviously Chawla.
I mean, either of Yusuf Pathan or Raina, whoever was playing, but no,
they didn't play together.
Yeah. They didn't play together. But I don't remember a lot of.
Who's the frontline spinners? Ashwin and Chawla.
No, Harbhajan and Yuvraj. Harbhajan and Yuvraj. I don't remember. I mean, Sachin, Sehwag, etc. bowling. Yeah. It was always Yuvraj did so well because he used to complete his quota.
Did Sehwag bowl against Bangladesh?
Maybe damn. I mean, that is the only game I did not watch properly.
Yeah, I think
actually till even years after 2011 World Cup, I always thought that Sreesanth played only one game. Then किसी ने मुझे याद दिलाया he played the first game with Bangladesh as well. Actually, I was in my college acting group and we had a play that day. So I did not watch the Bangladesh game second innings.
The first innings you saw.
Yeah, when Sehwag and Kohli's knock I saw, I did not see the second innings. So I never knew that Sreesanth played actually two games in that World Cup.
So basically, that was the one with Kohli and Rubel in.
Yeah.
Throws the ball back to him politely. Like, go bowl again, please. Kafi options the goes on to say Gary.
Yeah.
And then Subodh Chavan going on to say Ishan Surya जैसे X Factor players के लिए जगह बनानी पड़ती है भाई. Imagine वो किसी और country के लिए खेल रहे
so Subodh is a
क्या
very
वो
clear
bencher?
Mumbai Indian bias here, but Subodh, I mean, जगह बनानी पड़ती है बोलना is very easy, right? I mean, at this moment, I think जगह बनानी पड़ेगी तो रोहित को ही drop करना पड़ेगा.
And for that also, I mean, even like Surya, right? Who will he replace?
Exactly,
Shreyas
that is the
Iyer.
point.
And Shreyas Iyer has been averaging what 60 or 70 in the last year,
Yeah.
and he's consistently been performing well. So
Yeah, so I mean, see, players who are in the top 6 today have earned their spot, and
yeah, like the saying, the grass is always greener on the other side. So if we can choose to replace players X,
Yeah, it's quite
Y, and Z, but yeah.
Now I've just kind of tuned in to our Watchalong and
check the audio.
just please start liking our content, guys. All of y'all, Gary, Subodh, Tushar, don't do anything else. Just like it first and foremost. There's 21 of y'all and only 10 of y'all liked it. Not fair, guys. Not fair. Oh, people are seeing my rant now. They're like 3 seconds late every time. 3 seconds.
ऐसा ना हो माइक के कारण आज dislike आ जाए.
You know, we got one of the comments because I asked the viewers when should we start the watch-alongs for ODIs, and they were like 6 p.m. is perfect because everyone's out of office, and that's when everyone starts watching. So regardless of the match situation, 6 p.m. should 6 p.m.
Actually, you don't sound like a raindrop, but like somebody who's typing on the keyboard, like chuck, or just me, sorry.
गिल को थोड़ी बाहर करोगे इतनी रन के बावजूद there was some other word there.
Stop reading Hindi, dude.
इतनी runs बनाए हैं उसने last year with an average of 70. Yeah, that's what Rohit said in the press match. I mean the pre-match press conference.
This match, yeah.
Saying that
We have lost it, guys. Sorry, it's not just the mic.
It's just the mind after the gym as well. Rohit, this guy was the best finisher and opener. Raji loves asking all these, these long, timeless
questions. Who's the best finisher and opener? ये कैसा question है भाई मतलब?
I'm not laughing at you, I swear. I think
Rohit is a good finisher and
Sky is a very good opener. Yeah. That makes sense.
Bro, we don't want to be clipped like Vikram Gupta. It's
fine if we're getting 200 more views.
कौन सा वाला front foot निकालना है?
60 move.
If KL can obviously keep while opening valuable distribution, Vizca had another second skill like big.
But why would you want to go back to KL opening? India have tried that in ODIs.
You don't want to do that.
He's playing very well at number 5.
You don't want to do
play
that.
Him there.
See, at this point of time, maybe I agree. If Sky would have been wicket keeping, probably he would have
had a chance. Or if he's bowling.
Bowler bhi nahi, yaar. Bowler bhi nahi, because he would have been the 7th bowling option.
I think it's very futile to talk about our top 6 because we're all in agreement that this is pretty much it. And obviously we can just debate, who the backups and stuff. Talk to me about the bowling, because right now Siraj, Shami, Bumrah, Umran, obviously all of them won't start. All of them.
And then Arshdeep.
Can't even make and Arshdeep. 5 crazy pacers.
Yeah.
And Deepak Char, who India don't have a swing bowler. I mean,
True.
Siraj is the...
But those 5 we all can agree in terms of reputation, like Bumrah, Shami, obviously you just start them in terms of reputation. And few because of numbers. Siraj, in ODI, as you said, great power play exploit. Umrah Malik today, 3 for 32. If he just continues to do 3s, 4s, maybe get the odd 5-4, who does he displace?
He can't displace anybody right now.
No matter what.
See, the issue is Siraj gives you power play wickets.
Agreed.
Shami is one who can reverse the ball and can bowl it across like different faces.
But to be honest, I'm not convinced about Shami. I mean, I'll hear your argument first.
No. See, the point is there is nobody better in white ball than Shami, given that how he's performed across conditions. And he has that ability to reverse swing, which is an art, which is not something that would come naturally to a bowler. So, see, if Bumrah is your only other strike bowler, and Siraj is not as effective, say...
But I mean, assume to kuch bhi kar sakte hain.
No, I'm saying
because
that's
at this
true.
Point, see, back in 2020, 2021, there were other bowlers, other countries' bowlers in the power play. Then there was a big gulf, and then there was India.
Yeah.
They were not even picking 1 wicket in 2 games.
Correct.
Their bowling strike rate in first and overs was around 110 or something.
Yeah.
So from there on, Siraj is on par with Mitchell Starc as the power play bowler in the last 12 months or so.
Correct.
So for me, Siraj is undroppable in this format now.
True.
At this point of time, even on match fitness, I would pick him ahead of even Bumrah.
Okay.
Because at this point of time, Bumrah, I mean, obviously, but Siraj has been delivering while playing. So definitely he takes the cake over Shami for sure.
Okay.
So when Bumrah comes back in, Bumrah and Siraj are locked in for me.
And they'll share the new ball.
They will share the new ball, or
Hardik.
even Hardik can do it, because if he's doing in T20s, he can do it in ODIs as well.
So they are 3 pacers.
3 pacers, and then depends on the wicket. I mean, if India wants to go with an extra spinner, then that's when Chahal comes in. Again, Sundar is a lock for me because I want someone who can bat it.
Okay.
For sure. Given you have 6 bowling options, you can actually be a bowler light and extend your batting lineup. Because I think for India, that is a better approach than have a bowler heavy, setup.
Okay.
So that means then becomes a question of a 4th pacer based on conditions, and that 4th pacer, the options are Shami, Arshdeep, and Umran Malik.
And who would you go for?
Shami is your third.
I would actually go between these 3. I would rather go for either Umran or Arshdeep because of a point of a difference. Because again,
same, and I agree with you. But do you think the selectors and Akash will go?
That is why I mean, my biggest fear is they'll pick Shami ahead of Siraj. That is my biggest fear at the moment.
If they pick Shami over Siraj, that's a stupid move. But if they pick Shami, Siraj, and Bumrah, that's, I think, a perfect move, because Shami has earned enough credibility.
But they're all like for like. You want a left-arm pacer?
Not really. See, you don't pick players just because they can do this, or just because they can. See, for example, Umran has proved his worth.
True.
And he's also, but at the same time, he's also shown that once he goes for runs, there is a chance that he might go for 20.
Yeah.
So you're going to take that risk. And ideally, when you have somebody like Bumrah, who is a point of difference, even though even a 70% Bumrah is a point of difference. So when you already have Bumrah who is a point of difference, you'll need somebody who can hit the deck, and who can not hit the deck, but like who can seam the ball and swing the ball.
Correct.
And with Siraj and Shami, you have 2 bowlers who can, and Shami has been doing this for some time. Consistently, at least in 50 over format. That's why you don't like, if you don't pick like mixed formats, Shami should ideally only play longer formats. And in ODIs, with how it is, I think he's more suited in this bowling attack, in this trio.
Fair. So, I mean, can we read?
You can't trust Hardik to bowl 10 overs.
I agree with that.
That's like stretching.
So can we read between the lines in terms of how they picked the squad for this series, right? Arshdeep's not in the squad.
He's there in the squad.
But then he's not being picked ahead of Umran. Because in T20s, you'll think, okay, fine, maybe Arshdeep last year heading into all of that. What's their call with Arshdeep?
I mean that's fair to an extent. To be honest,
why? Because he has age on his side.
वो बात नहीं है. Even Arshdeep in T20s, like we saw in the series as well, he's not been that effective. I mean, the point is, since that game against England, Arshdeep has not set the world on fire. So if he would have like delivered quite a bit during the T20s, maybe his case would have been stronger. In fact, to be on the reverse side, Umran Malik has actually given a few good deliveries which have been like eye-popping. There's a point of difference.
I actually played against New Zealand in the ODIs.
Yeah.
So where he was not very effective.
And again, I mean, if you're playing Arshdeep, you have to have space for him with the new ball. That is also one thing, because a left-hander, left-arm pacer, swinging the ball, that is where he'll be most effective.
Yeah.
So, Arshdeep inclusion will depend on the fact that who are his partners. If his partners are people ahead of whom he can actually take the new ball, then maybe he'll be picked. But if you're really looking for someone who can bowl in middle overs, then probably Umran Malik is a better bet than Arshdeep Singh.
Yeah, it just comes down to how many people, I mean, how they're going to accommodate all these people and bowlers especially, because Soam's just named 5 there, and they could all very well start or be part of that World Cup squad, especially in this format. So only time will tell. But again, everyone has their own preferences. Soam's right now saying if Bumrah is not back in terms of how he is, then he's still pick
I think, Abbas, I read your point, but I don't really see Rahul opening for India in ODIs, at least for a while, if
it was
not ever again.
Bangladesh as well.
If not ever again. I mean, I won't be surprised if KL Rahul never opens for India in ODIs ever.
And let's not mix that, right? Like, he's been doing well at 5.
We won't. But the point is, management can actually do it.
But it's good that they have not done it in the third ODI, the second ODI and third ODI against Bangladesh. And now
if they wanted to do it, they would have definitely done now, because right now Sky, just imagine the conversation you'll have with Sky. What is the reasoning that you'll give them, that why are we not playing you? If they wanted to do it, they would have done it right now, and Sky would have been playing this series.
So what are they telling Sky?
We are not mixing formats. That is what.
But then he'll be like, Shubman, have you?
That's T20s. I don't know what
T20s.
No, that's not fair. Bro.
See, the squad selection, we have no idea, and we have criticized it.
The biggest takeaway for me is at least they're not mixing formats
in the format that matters.
In the format that matters this year.
True, but that's why Gill got the precedence last year, right? Because Suryakumar was basically only T20. And because of all this shit ODIs going around, Gill had to play that because...
But then he grabbed his chances. Right now, for example, let's say, same goes with Rahul Tripathi, right?
Yeah.
Let's say if they keep picking him, if he keeps performing, that means the door for Kohli is closed. Like what happened with Gill in that one.
Before the ODI World Cup.
I'm talking about T20s. I'm not talking about ODIs. Yeah. If you're giving an example of Gill making it count in unimportant ODIs last year, that is the same case with maybe Rahul Tripathi and others who are playing T20s ahead of Rohit and Kohli.
Yeah.
And even KL Rahul, if Ishan Kishan and Gill and whoever, they grab the chances, maybe the door is closed for the others. So that's how it works.
I have nothing against Gill. I just think that by that logic, he shouldn't have got his T20 international debut against Sri Lanka.
That is what we all agree. I think Somesh said it during the Watchalong.
Should have been.
But now they've done it. At least give him 6 games and then probably discard him if he doesn't deliver. He's not delivered in 3.
Yeah.
But let's give. I would feel it's fair to give him 3 more against New Zealand.
But Rohit will be back by then.
What T20s?
And he said no. I'm not giving up on T20.
That's not. He's not giving up. But
I don't think the selectors will be bold enough.
I definitely feel. See, that is how the series is also planned. If you look at it, there are ODIs first, and then T20Is, and the merit of resting Kohli and Rohit would be that Border-Gavaskar Trophy.
Yeah.
So we are not taking any chances.
The T20s,
if they would have had T20Is first and ODIs later, then they would have been in a bit of a difficult position. Ki bhai, abhi kya kare?
Yeah, Sahil Nagdev, good evening to you, gent. Will Pant come back for the World Cup? Sorry, where did that comment go?
Yeah, it is. I don't think.
Considering he won't be fit till June,
he will make a comeback for that. Yeah.
Because honestly, more and more hear details about this accident. It's quite ridiculous. His ligament is done in, guys. So you can imagine that itself is going to put him out of action for 2-3 months. Delhi Capital fans in the office are just thinking that he's not going to be playing any part of the IPL. So you guys can get a good indication of that. Just going back to the bowlers chat, Pranavan wants to voice his opinion, saying, once Prasidh Krishna is fit, will you pick him ahead of Umran? Both have had the same role as MO and Force, middle order closers.
Yeah.
I think
middle overs.
Also keeping in mind that you will play a part, picking a skiddy 150 bowler is better?
I think Prasidh Krishna was an incumbent.
Yeah.
Now I feel he did not lose his spot to Umran Malik, but actually he lost his spot to Mohammad Siraj. If Mohammad Siraj would not have delivered, and probably if Prasidh Krishna would have kept playing and performing, probably we would have been speaking about Prasidh Krishna on the same lines as
last series against West Indies, or the South Africa one at home?
No, West Indies.
West Indies away, right?
India didn't play
at home itself.
At home, India didn't. No. This West Indies tour was at home. Yeah. That's where Deepak Hooda made his debut. He played all the 3 games, ODIs.
But didn't we travel to the West Indies?
No.
Not too long
This
ago?
is when Puran scored that 350s. And then he failed in the...
Okay, got it. Where Rohit and that meme was like, why did I?
Yeah,
that part.
That one,
series,
yes, that series.
I remember the series now.
And then he got injured.
He was performing before he got injured. Prasidh has skill set of new bowling. So lots of Prasidh fans in the comments, it's fair to say. But in the pecking order, let's make no mistake about it. Given the fact that Pandya is also a pacer, people tend to forget that. Even though he won't bowl the quota of 10 all the time, he'll give you 7 overs. He'll give you good 6 overs a time.
But that's the worst part, right? If he's giving you 5-6 overs.
As a 6th bowler.
As 6th bowler, I'm okay with that. But I'm saying, if you keep asking him to bowl 6-7 overs.
Oh, that's true.
His fitness, already he's with the, I don't know, what do you call it? The braced hand. He wears something on his right, left hand, right? Hardik.
Yeah, just taped hand.
It's not a taped, it's like this big.
Oh, then I think it's a
Yeah.
plastered hand.
Yeah. So
But that's expected, dude. I know Hardik's been on the sidelines and there's so much been demanded of him over the years. But now that he's definitely made up his mind saying that Test cricket is not even my radar, just concentrate on the white ball scheme of things, dude. You're going to be potentially made captain for the next World Cup in the T20s in West Indies. ODI, you're the only all-rounder.
Even the ODIs. I mean, after 2023, it's...
I mean, I'd like
The
to see
baton
that,
will-
but
will
I
be
don't know
passed.
whether he'll again single out a format saying just T20 cricket.
I don't think so. I think
Captain
we are
Gujarat,
still,
Captain
we're
India for
still in
5
that
years.
white ball,
with
red
my
ball
life.
mode, and especially a player like Hardik. I mean, Hardik Pandya would be a...
If India lose the World Cup this year, yeah, more incentive to like don the India cap and look for 2027 and all
कैसी
that.
सिचुएशन हो गई ना मतलब प्लेयर्स के बारे में ऐसे सोचते हैं कि
Yeah.
हारेंगे
But
तो
what
होगा
do
ऐसा
you think? What do you
even
think?
if India win I mean do you see Rohit playing the 2027 World Cup no
No.
so then
Virat
I mean
playing.
move on from the after the World Cup itself na?
but
why,
I'll be
why
surprised.
wait for a loss why wait for a
No,
defeat
but I'll
for
be surprised if an Indian player actually comes out and says, I'll play only one format and this is the only format. I don't think Indian players have done it in the past.
it's about the
And
brand value I mean like for
Exactly.
example Rohit Sharma I mean he would say if he would just go on to say कि भाई मेरे को T20s खेलना ही नहीं है then the question is that why would you want to play the IPL as well
Exactly. I mean,
What
but
is IPL? But IPL just increases their kitty. Guy, we saying, do you see Gill opening in T20s against New Zealand?
easy
Yes.
catch.
Yes, for sure.
So
Now
Hardik,
they've made that call. They've given him 3 games. I know 2 relatively low scores and then a 44 or whatever he got in that final.
I'll be very
T20.
surprised if he's not opening.
Exactly.
I mean,
and if they go back to
see,
Gaikwad.
I will be okay with it because I think the selection of picking him in the first place was not correct because he was never a T20 player and we discussed that in the
Extensively,
Bangalore
yeah.
series as well. But now that you've picked him, probably give him 6 games so that it is like settled.
Oh, absolutely.
The only conundrum is if he scores
See,
like a couple of
the
40
this
ball
thing.
50.
Oh,
That's just a glove sort of
I
a thing.
fully
But
agree with you.
I mean, I'm surprised that
They
this
allowed
is being
it,
allowed
yeah.
because I think this is definitely going to act as a cushion for the catches.
Yeah, I mean, people say that in hindsight, but I don't, that we won't ever see that again happen that often in cricket.
What?
What we saw right now in terms of.
No, but I mean, Hardik has been wearing it for a while.
Yeah.
But
Even
that's no
the T20s.
advantage. Or do you think that's an
Never know.
advantage? I mean, it's interesting. New Zealand used this in T20. 3 proper bowlers will give you 30 and others 20 between 6th, 7th, 8th can bat bowl.
साहिल भाई देश में ऐसे कहाँ हैं bowlers?
Exactly.
3-4 जो ऐसे थोड़े
They
overs में
had
डाल
who?
सके and who can bat as well.
They
No,
had
but 3,
Grant
he has a
Home.
point. 3 proper bowlers will give you 30. So let's assume that's Bumrah,
Okay.
Shami, who
Siraj.
Okay.
Siraj.
and Siraj. Those 3 pieces will give us 30.
Hmm.
The next 20 overs,
Between
Hardik will give you 6.
Hmm.
Jadeja will give you 6.
and Washington will give you what?
8.
6, 8.
Yeah, and
Jadeja
then
can
1
give you
2
more.
overs
Yeah.
from somewhere else. Oh, we can't get to 1 or 2
Yeah.
overs from somewhere.
Unless
A
it's like
6 bowling option.
Exactly. They had
7
Jimmy
bowling
Neesham.
options. भाई
Darren
6
Mitchell.
already
No.
हो रहे हैं.
They didn't have Mitchell. They had Grandome. They had
Oh, in 2019.
yeah.
Yeah.
They had Neesham.
Then Williamson.
No. Williamson didn't bowl.
Who else did they have?
They had 2 more bowlers.
They had.
Oh, they had Santner.
Oh, you're talking
Santner
about.
Sodhi ये सब तो थे ही ना.
Sodhi is not there. I don't think Sodhi is there.
Okay.
Santner was
Sodhi
there.
नहीं.
2019.
But yeah, guys, if you guys are just joining us, it's been a weird watch along because we've just been on for like 58 minutes. We took over, I think, the 25th over mark when Sri Lanka was chasing this desperate 374. Talk to us about what you guys enjoyed throughout the day. We'll just review it for you all in a nutshell before we go as well. And tomorrow we're putting out a really, really nice video on Rahul Dravid, given the fact that it's his birthday.
50th birthday.
His 50th birthday. 73 that he was born. Wow. Time flies, honestly. And we'll keep taking the comments till we're here. 2 more wickets for India to take, of course. So Siraj going to come back into the proceedings.
So that means it will be Tendulkar's 50th birthday as well this year.
This year as well. We'll do something for Tendulkar. 100%.
ठीक है भाई देख लेना.
I'll be heckled for sure in the comments. Siraj 2 for 20. Umran, I think 3 for. The Pacers having a field day, honestly.
Rajay Human's 11 is pretty interesting.
Rajesh,
I mean,
been testing himself.
I mean, I don't know if that is in order or not. I mean, not the 2011, but the other 11, my 11.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Let's take Raj's my 11 in terms of his ODI, I'm guessing. Sky, Ishan, Kohli, Jadeja, Rohit, Hardik, Washi.
राजे ने रोहित की बांग्लादेश वाली नॉक देखी है, उनका फिनिशर बना दो उसको.
Prasidh or Arshdeep. I like how he's batting Rohit as a finisher.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm
Sky
saying.
as an opener.
Raja, I hope you. I mean, this is not a short-term memory thing कि अभी बांग्लादेश के साथ देखा कि अच्छा
And
खेल रहा है.
Jadeja at 4, so no Shreyas Iyer, Raji. Rohit hard. Rohit, this will be action.
And why Sky to open? I mean,
so basically,
even India T20.
So let me be Raji's advocate here. Sky and Kishan to open because he just wants to see fireworks from World Go. Power play to Machal, Bokal, Karado, 120 for no loss.
And where are your runs against spin going to come in the middle order? Because Kohli, Jadeja, Rohit, all will be stuck against spin.
You saw how he played against
But you don't need that many runs after you get a fiery start.
Fiery start nahi mila to.
And then Kuldeep will contribute. Bumrah will
then
contribute.
You have the consolidators in pace against Kohli, Jadeja, Rohit. To be wait or not now.
Raja, I feel if I'm the opposition captain, I would be very happy with this 11 because I can easily fill middle overs with spinners and get away with it.
Oh, shot. 1 second. Hemant's coming to the chat here saying, imagine if Shanaka goes mad or going berserk, and he started that. Hemant, no naughty games here, lad. I mean, we would like some fireworks for sure because elongate the watch-along and all of that, but still. I think this Sri Lanka series should have just happened before the IPL auction. Shanaka would have definitely got some money. He would have definitely got 3 crores, at least.
3 crores?
At least.
Some contract somewhere.
तो भाई ऐसा बोलना कि bid मिल जाती. 3 crores बोल दिया.
I think this year I can surely feel wins. Oh, sorry. We'll take Abbasis and then we'll go to Pranav. But Shami, Siraj, Prasidh, power play bowlers plus Bumrah can bowl if Shami plus Siraj / Prasidh / Arch bowl in power play. Only Bumrah and middle overs need options for middle overs.
No, but Siraj is bowling well in the middle overs as well. And Shami, today we saw, he broke the partnership, right? He returned and he broke the partnership. So, I don't think, you see, in ODIs, right?
But in ODIs, what's the best phase for Umran to bowl in?
Middle overs.
Middle overs,
right? Of course. I mean, he's a middle over.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think more than that, if India don't have that attacking spin option, all that we're talking goes waste. If they can't attack with spinners in the middle overs and they're going to just have defensive options.
So, I mean, see, it's going to be one of the two things. Either India will have Umran Malik or have the attacking spinner. Because it will come down to that.
No, I'm saying that's what. If the attacking spinner is like Chahal, who doesn't perform, say for example, then you end up in a conundrum where you are like, Bumrah, just get me a wicket.
Yeah, but imagine if Bumrah doesn't play the World Cup and say there's no Umran Malik in our starting 11, then it's almost like Chennai Super Kings, no extreme pacer and no spinner. I mean, Chahal, I don't even know if they're going to play him, bro. I wish they play him. But all these bilaterals will play him. They'll end up playing Washington Sundar, Akshar Patel, which are good players and good,
I don't think they're attacking enough. That's the only thing. See, I'll definitely play Washington because of his ability. And even in New Zealand, he showed. Yeah, even in New Zealand, he showed he can more than bat as a finisher also.
For sure.
So
I think we're all in agreement in terms of our number 8, Washington.
The only concern I think we all have is that can they be good enough for 7 overs or 10 overs or whatever?
But where's Sundar today? I mean, is he in the squad?
He's in the squad.
Okay.
That's why it's like pretty confusing why they have picked 2 like Akshar and because Washi is also a left-hander.
Yeah, they're playing the extra pacer today, which is interesting. Where's Rahul Chahar, man? Good point, Gary. Good point, man. And what we've been hearing is that he's been doing some batting in the nets in terms of improving his ability, which is also good. We'll see him in the IPL, I'm guessing. The Punjab Kings. Still with them, right?
Yeah.
No UC now. Bring Rahul Chahar or Bishnoi. Bishnoi is another character. I fully agree with you, Gary. Like, where the hell?
But I think the pecking order goes from here, from Chahal to Kuldeep, then to someone else, at least in ODIs. Maybe T20.
In the 2019 World Cup, we went with Kulchar, right?
Yeah. Until that England game.
Yeah.
After that, it was
Jadeja and
Jadeja didn't play so much of that World Cup.
Chaja.
Shanaka pulling. Sri Lanka done and dusted here. We're just literally waiting for the inevitable. We'll be, of course, taking all your comments coming through. Let's take the Pranav Anand comment, which I put on pause earlier. I think this year I can surely feel winds of change in the management learning something from the past. Picked Jitesh Tripathi in T20 internationals. Didn't push Bumrah. Clarity regarding Gill. Rahul Iyer. good signs overall.
Yeah.
Is what Pranav had to say.
Yeah, I think we all agree.
Yeah, fair
100% with
assessment.
that.
Fair
Yeah.
assessment. I mean, Jitesh Sharma being picked, even though he didn't get a game. Oh, was that a chance of monk-cutting there? What's happening?
No.
What's happening there?
The umpire had called it, and then Hardik didn't realize it.
Nitin Menon doing Nitin Menon things. But one of the comments earlier which said, guys, what's your predictions for the WTC final? But before that, what's your predictions for the BGT? Because I was asking the boys, and Som was like 4-0 nahi hoga. Please tell the viewers.
Avnish is like proper, मतलब इसको कुछ याद नहीं रहता है.
Yeah.
Avnish pre-gym में जाके पूरा सा दिमाग में पूरा हिल जाता
I
है.
think he said 4-0
Actually, I
होगा.
said 4-0, but then I changed it to 3-0. चलो.
I think
4-0
it'll be
would
2-1.
4-0's
Whichever
happened.
team wins, it'll be 2-1.
4-0's happened before. No?
Whichever
India,
team
Australia.
wins.
Dhoni's India only smashed Australia 4-0.
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the 2017 series.
Yeah, that's what 2-1.
2-1.
No, that was 3-1, right?
So the biggest Australian fan in office who just walked away and didn't want to take part in this watch-along, i.e. Anirudh Suresh, he thinks the best chance to beat this Indian team has not presented itself until now with Australia in the last 5 years. This is the best chance for any visiting team to beat India in a test series at home. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think everybody will agree with that.
Yeah.
You're saying in the last 5 years, no one's come close.
See,
Of
Rishabh
course.
Pant.
There's no Pant. Openers dodgy. Kohli against spin dodgy. And then Jadeja's fitness dodgy.
Yeah, you can say Kohli versus spin dodgy and then Kohli versus Australia.
ऐसा नहीं होता ऐसा तो तेंदुलकर versus Australia is a great record, but you can't play him right now, right?
You
I mean,
can
that's
actually.
not the point.
He'll fit in this top order.
I know Kohli didn't have like a really Kohli-esque series against Australia the last time.
Yeah, and then फिर क्या Kohli against Australia?
He'll come good, lad.
I'm not denying it. I want him to come good, but I'm saying if you're an Australian fan, but the issue with Australia is they don't know who their second spinner is, and there is no candidate. I mean, see, Bangladesh succeeded because at this point of time, Bangladesh has better spinners than Australia, and this is where I feel Australia will struggle against India because, see, a truckload of runs have to be scored by Steve Smith first and foremost, and second, who's going to partner the Lion?
Travis Head?
वो भी ठीक है. I mean, I don't mind as an Indian fan, I won't mind Travis Head. There have been talks actually of them exploring कि probably they can bring back Steve O'Keefe.
No. That don't work.
No, but do they not have like an equivalent of Zampa for the tests, like Swepson or something?
Swepson.
Yeah, they have a Swepson.
So the picking order
traveled in 2017 as well.
Yeah, the picking order is this way. It's Lion, then there is Agar, then there is Swepson. I mean, Agar because he can bat. Swepson, and then Todd Murphy.
Todd Murphy is one more, but then again, they'll have to bleed him directly in the series. And he's an off spinner. So how many off spinners? Same goes with Travis Head.
So this is the picking order.
So the only leg spinner they have in the playing 11 is Steve-O Smith.
And Labuschagne.
Who
can bowl
and David Warner.
Oh yeah, if you consider that.
But they have a solid team, Australia. And the funny thing is, I know Sri Lanka have to beat New Zealand, all of that, permutation combinations, but it's going to literally be 5 test matches.
Yeah, I think it's
India, Australia. And then next year also we play them 5 away. So 10 test matches.
Would you want to elaborate when you say 5 test matches? Because you would leave the viewers confused.
4 basically in this Border-Gavaskar Trophy. The venues, I don't know in the order, but there's Ahmedabad, there's Nagpur, there's Dharamsala, there's
Hyderabad. First is Nagpur.
Yes.
Fourth is Ahmedabad. Third is Dharamsala, and second is
Hyderabad. Yeah, so interesting venues.
And 5th test is in Oval.
On the 5th test, which really matters in the Oval. Like, dude, this time, man. And who's going to captain us? Oh, Rohit. He shouldn't get injured, dude. Imagine he just plays
it's after the IPL. So, I mean, you can count India out right now. It's like the week after the IPL. So, you can count every important player out. They will be injured.
That's why the workload management is there.
Why would they
do
your
workload management? IPL contract?
No.
Okay, so who do Australia have playing in the IPL?
Cameron Green.
No, in the
Cameron Green will be on the bench anyway.
So no Khwaja, no Warner.
Warner is there, no Delhi.
Warner.
Yeah.
No Khwaja, no Labuschagne, no Smith.
Hazelwood.
No Hazelwood.
No, Hazelwood is there, no.
No Travis had no Carey, no Agar.
Yeah.
No Lion.
So I'll tell you who are there.
No Cummins, no Stark.
Yeah, I'll tell you who is there. Basically Hazelwood and Warner. Yeah.
That's it. and Cam Green, but
Cam
I'm
Green
pretty
if
sure
Mumbai
Cameroon, even if Mumbai started with him, I don't see Cameron Green playing all 14 games for MI.
No, and they have it in that clause, he can't bowl and all that.
No.
वो सब तो ऐसा नहीं होता ये कोई बात
No
नहीं
franchisee will.
It's ridiculous. Who will be our wicketkeeper in the Border-Gavaskar Trophy? Bharat, Sarfraz, Kishan, or KL? I think it's that Boria Muzumdar in terms of Ridwan Saha.
What? No way. They're
in
going back.
Border-Gavaskar
No
Trophy.
way. They're
bring
going
back
back.
Saha.
No. See, I
think
think
Turn in
there are only
conditions.
two candidates out of this.
Obviously, Speaker Bharat.
One is Bharat and the other is Kishan. Why I'm saying Kishan is because India don't have an explosive batter. If India plan to go that route,
India
say
don't have
that,
a left-hander as well.
and a left-hander, and if India
So
plan to go
basically,
that
like
route,
for like.
yeah, kind of like for like, and he's kept wickets also. So
But I think if Jadeja is
Good
fit
wicket.
and back,
then Bharat.
then I think KS Bharat, and I would feel pretty safe about India winning it 3-0 or something.
Yeah, he's a
Because
very good
then-
wicketkeeper. Yeah.
Because Jadeja, Aksar can actually, and Ashwin can take up a lot of the batting burden with Shreyas Iyer. And then if the top four chips in, it chips in.
And
Oh,
about
that's
Sarfraz and KL, I don't think they've kept enough to
Yeah, no
keep in.
chance.
Red ball is a very
And just
Good
to reiterate, if India lose 4-0 or if Australia lose 4-0, it doesn't really matter until Sri Lanka get the points
against New Zealand. In
So-
New Zealand.
So we can see pretty much.
But
all
At this point of time,
Bangladesh have beaten New Zealand in New Zealand.
oh yeah,
They got a test. So we don't know.
at this point of time, I really feel they should open with Pujara and Rohit.
Yeah.
And maybe play Sarfaraz at 3. It'll be a spot too high for him, but him at 3, Kohli at 4, Shreyas
So
Iyer
who
at
you
5.
dropping
They can
there?
actually swap
Who you
Kohli in
dropping Gill?
Gill and KL.
You're dropping KL and Gill.
Yeah, and I mean, at current form, everything, they can't drop Pujara against Lion. You need him.
Fair,
So open with him. And then I have Sarfaraz at 3, maybe even Shreyas Iyer at 3. What's there to lose? And then Sarfaraz or Kohli at 4, other one at 5.
Kohli at 4, then Sarfraz, right?
At this point of time, I would say Iyer at 4 and Kohli at 5. But
Why, bro? Why?
Why not?
No
Why
one messed
not?
around with Ponting's position. No
ठीक
one
है भाई,
messed
हाँ,
around with
ठीक है,
Lara's
doesn't
position.
matter इतना वैसे भी इसमें इतना nitpicky
Because
होने
they
का नहीं
played
है.
in that
But the
era.
point is, because Sarfaraz is in form, it would be beneficial to add him at 5
Agreed,
and then
agreed.
KS Bharat at 6 and then you
Jadeja.
have your 5
Oh.
bowlers.
Oh, that's out of Guwahati. What a shot that is
That's
from Chanaka.
gone.
Oh, it's out.
Drop.
Oh, my
drop,
God.
Rohit.
And Rohit, has he injured himself again?
Not even out of the ground. You're saying out of Guwahati.
Bro, that looked
That's how-
absolutely
that's how the camera-
enormous.
That's how the
But
camera
what is
angles
Rohit
work.
doing at long off?
Optical illusion. I think he
No,
was
no,
running
no.
back.
Yeah, he's running back.
So he's at mid off. Of course.
Lead
No,
Rohit.
cover, no. Deep. So
Your
Like
two
start
pacers
over.
for BGT, Umesh, Siraj, Shami, Unatkat. Umesh
I
and
think
Siraj.
selecting the pacers would be a real headache because if you're going to have all 3 of Jadeja, Aksar and Ashwin, that means you're going to have only 2 pacers.
that is
Samish, going into the specifics,
Umesh
guys,
Shami.
predictions by how many runs we winning, not doing a James
Short.
is asking. This match, Samish, this match I predicted 146 earlier. Obviously,
That is gone.
that is gone right now. So I think I'm going with something around 110, 111 runs.
okay.
I think there's a little bit more fireworks from Shanaka, about a 60 odd from him, and then he's out.
Raju is saying Ashwin at 3. हाँ ठीक है कर सकते हो.
Ashwin at
Nothing to
3
lose.
is a very good shout. India were under huge pressure after the first innings in Bangalore in the last BGT after having lost in the first test. That was Australia's best chance.
I
If
remember
India
that game.
don't get ranked turners, I think India will be fine. Oh, what
Yeah.
a game that
I
was.
remember that game.
What a game that was.
No, but more interestingly,
The brain
read the
freeze.
last line. If India don't give rank turners, I think India will be fine. So it essentially says that India can't play spin, which is now proven. They've struggled against Bangladesh.
No, but I mean,
And-
see, the point is, why do India have to dish out rank turners? It's like
Because Akshar,
India definitely have better spinners than any other country in the world at the moment when it comes to red ball. So why do you want to neutralize
exactly.
for
That's why you
for
play
the
rank.
others?
That's why you provide
But
rank turners.
Compared to
because you can-
Australia, we play spin better, right? Obviously.
Of course.
But
But-
they have the best player in terms of playing
they have
spin
improved-
across both teams.
Guys, I have to take a call, unfortunately.
Improved. They have much improved players. See, the thing is, Australia in Sri Lanka, they played really well in the first test.
Correct.
So that is proper spin. I mean, both the tests was proper spin.
like Prabhat Jayasuriya opening the ball.
No, that is second.
Oh, that
test.
was the second test.
Yeah, first test they didn't debut him,
Ah.
and they actually played spin well. Cameron Green swept.
And how many spinners did Sri Lanka start? 3 or something.
Yeah,
Samnakan,
yeah.
DDS.
No. DDS was there.
Embledenia.
Embledenia is there, and Ramesh Mendis.
Or Ramesh Mendis as
So
well.
they had 3 spinners. So Australia at this point, they have, I think, I mean, Anirudh Suresh said that Khwaja is much improved player of spin. You have Warner, but again, I don't think Warner will survive long enough to play spinners.
Yeah.
Then you have Smith, who is world class.
So Smith
Only
and Khwaja
concern
worry
is
me.
Labuschagne. Again, we've not seen it enough, but if Labuschagne performs, everybody talks about Smith, but if Labuschagne performs, he can actually frustrate the hell out of you.
100%.
Like how Elgar did.
Yeah.
He's so lucky as a batter that if he faces like 100 deliveries, he sucks the luck out of other team.
Bro, don't you think Labuschagne is also one of those players, especially in England, when he plays the Ashes or he plays India, he'll probably just be up for it more.
Yeah.
Right?
And he
one of those really dogfighting players.
I think before Pakistan tour, he practiced in his garage where he had put I think kitten poop and made the ball turn, and he is practicing against that.
Wow.
So he knows his way around against spin. And
yeah, I mean, Australia look challenging, dude. They honestly look challenging. I mean, their top 6, top 7 arguably are really solid.
See, the only issue for India is they will find themselves in position where they're like 100 for 3, 100 for 4. And if Pant is not there,
then what are you going to do?
Exactly. Yeah. Who's going to attack? Shreyas Iyer definitely is going to attack.
Yeah.
But apart from him, that's where India might struggle. If India don't post, say like a 300.
So who batted 5 for us?
So right now it's...
By the looks of things, Rohit, Rahul.
Right now it's, I think
Kohli.
Iyer will play at 5. Then 6 will be Bharat. 7 will be Jadeja.
Okay, like that.
Yeah, or Jadeja above Bharat. And then Ashwin.
Ashwin's our match winner for sure. We'll take one more from Subhash. Rather, the first one from Subhash Chandra Bharata right now. Kohli's 23rd/45 centuries in ODI cricket are versus Sri Lanka, West Indies, Bangladesh, Zimbabwe, Minnows. Are we overrating him? Not at all. You can only beat what's in front of you. I know you guys will think I'm a huge Kohli fan. I think Akash and Anirudh also tried to get this out of me. But look, we can't disclass the man.
Yeah, of course we can't. And at his peak, he was scoring a century literally every 4 days.
That's
every
ridiculous.
Third game or something that India were playing, and that's something. See, it's very easy to say that you can chase in India. That's not a big thing. You'll have to do it, and he kept doing it at that rate.
So consistently, it's ridiculous. People honestly took his innings for granted at times. I felt, especially when he was in his peak, they were just like, India playing, Kohli 100. And how much can you live up to that expectation? It's quite ridiculous. Kohli won against Mendes, Herat, Malinga, Sri Lanka.
Yeah, before that.
Yours. Sorry, your first.
So for India or Australia?
We'll name you both. Akash, you start.
Okay, for India, I think we named India's. Yeah, so it should be Rahul, Rohit, Pujara, Kohli, Iyer.
Yeah.
Bharat. Then Jadeja, Ashwin, Aksar. Then Siraj and Shami.
Yeah.
Because Bumrah won't be fit, and I don't think if I'm the selector, I won't play Bumrah. Just
no, I fully agree with Akash. The only one change from his to mine would be instead of Shami, I would play Umesh. I don't know why. I just think Umesh might just be.
Oh, sorry. Actually, Shami, Umesh. It's
not
Shami / Siraj. Yeah.
Oh, you think that way?
Yeah. Because if Shami is there,
but bro, Siraj has that ability to move it away. I feel.
I think even Shami has that.
He does, but
and Umesh who's there. See, ideally, how India use their pace bowlers, is with the new ball, 8 overs, and then Ashwin comes in. And
I think there's a case to play 3 pacers in Dharamsala, but the other venues are all spinners.
Yeah.
All 3 spinners sort of venue. Ahmedabad, Nagpur, Hyderabad, for sure, no chance.
But again,
Umesh ahead of Shami, for sure,
in
Australia. I mean, in terms of just the fact
I think Umesh and Shami are pretty much on same
similar
level.
Lines,
yeah, I think playing both of them.
But Shami didn't play that test against Bangladesh, right?
Yeah, he did.
He was rested, I guess.
Yes,
Umesh did.
Yeah, he was rested.
Ashwin has the most hundreds when it comes to top order and middle order fields.
That's true.
It's quite ridiculous.
It's like saying Muralidharan has a high score of 51 when the top order, when everybody have failed. I mean, that's true.
Yeah, which is also a fact. Go and take that to Pranav comment, Shonak. The fact that the Indian batters will find it tough on rank turners is one reason, but the other reason is that the rank turners elevates lesser spinners like Steve O'Keefe.
Yeah.
Traditional India wickets are good enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see that over there, not just Steve O'Keefe, but like
But traditional
Sean Udall, for example, 2005-6.
Yeah. But traditional India wicket has also have a problem because the thing is, if say Australia win the toss,
Yeah.
they bat first. So they bat say 2 days.
Yeah.
They score like 500. Then what do India do?
Oh, that's the problem.
Then
That's
see,
the
you
problem.
can't take rank turner out of India. It's going to turn.
Yeah,
You can only possibly delay the inevitable.
correct.
And if you do that, then toss becomes a 50-50. If India lose, we saw that against England at Chepauk, right?
True.
India were totally dismantled.
No, but bro, it's insane how, like, even though it's the subcontinent, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, India have like such different pitches. Sri Lanka from day one, session one is turning.
Yeah.
India, sometimes you'll see that. Sometimes you'll see day one being just meant for batting, maybe day two as well. But day three, day four, day five, you expect cracks. Pakistan, you just don't see anything happen to like day 4 or 5 max, and it's just like pace.
See, the thing
Subtle
is,
wicket.
just because it's Sri Lanka, people take it very lightly. But I think Sri Lanka is the only condition in Asia which is totally spin friendly.
Yeah.
Which
Bangladesh?
is Bangladesh to an extent, but not a lot of
Not as
teams
much as Sri
too,
Lanka,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that way, it's not like, oh, we have to win a series. It's not
Yeah,
like a prestigious.
goal, day one pitch, or Hamilton, day one pitch. looks
Exactly,
like day
it's
4
going to
anywhere in
turn
the world.
from it's going to turn from first session.
Yeah.
But India, it's not going to turn that much. And that's why a lot of batters fail because they look for the turn. It doesn't turn like how the way. I mean, the reason that Akshar Patel has so many wickets is because England were playing for the turn.
No, that's fine.
And they missed a lot of straight deliveries.
100%. Subhash Chandra Bharata going on to say Kohli chasing Sachin's ODI 100 records, Anderson chasing Sachin's 200 Test match record, Root chasing Sachin's Test runs of 15,921. Who will succeed? I think all will. Yeah, I think the easiest record there to be broken, I think, is Sachin's ODI 100 record because Kohli's just 4 away from it. Anderson catching Sachin in 200, I think, is still
a long way.
But knowing how England played tests, knowing how Anderson has just been dispelling truths about his body, you never know. And Root, again, it comes down to how long will that.
It's basically like the same Cook argument, right? Cook was at peak of his powers, and he still couldn't go past Sachin. So
and then our Earth is best going on to say, contradicting Subhash, saying Root is struggling since India tests. I think Sahil wants to go back to that conversation, saying, would you guys pick Jaydev Unadkat in the Border-Gavaskar Trophy 15?
I think he'll be in the squad, yeah.
If Bumrah is not available.
He'll be in the squad.
Okay, so you're picking Shami, Umesh, Siraj, and
Unadkat.
That's 4.
Yeah.
All right, and then the 3 spinners start.
Because see, if say India, if there is a situation,
and they play 3 spinners right in the squad. Jadeja, Akshar, and Ashwin. They'll play all of them.
See, by the time it comes to the 4th test, India will know if they have qualified into the WTC.
Yeah.
So they'll want to rest some players. Say somebody who's not playing the IPL. But is there somebody who's not playing?
Why do we just have a fuck all ability to finish games off? Like, I've been seeing this since forever, and more so in this generation where we had they were 207 for 8 or something.
Yeah.
Dude, this is ridiculous. Rajita is like basically giving his captain some reassurance.
Batting practice. Oh, sorry.
And batting practice. Lyon, Swepson, Aga, and Kuhneman.
Yeah, Kuhneman is a good choice.
Yeah, Kuhneman's a good choice. Importance of our openers will play a crucial role in BGT. Yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer that, but even more so. Because I think, like Akash touched upon, if you're batting first, you're batting big. As simple as that in India. You can't bat out.
That's pretty much even in Sri Lanka. I think
True.
When we interviewed Thilan Samaraveera, he said that the reason Australia lost the 2nd test was because they couldn't score a big total in the first innings. That's what will hurt teams traveling teams in Asia. If you don't score big in the first innings, that's it.
Yeah,
it's going to turn. After that, it's going to turn. But it depends on how well you can capitalize on a dead-ish surface on day one. So
That's why I fear a little bit of Australia, because Warner can just walk to our shores and be like, listen, I'm going to baseball my way out of troubles. Only
And
time will
he's,
tell, of
yeah.
course. Importance, yeah, we took that one. Earth is Bessing, Todd Murphy, Nathan Lyon, Matt Kuhneman, and Mitchell Swepson. Yeah, good shouts indeed. Subhash Chandra Bharata going on to go back to his statement. Anderson has 10 tests this year, so that'll make him 186. Then India top 4 tests, that'll make 190. So it's very much possible.
but they won't
But
play all.
yeah,
the
we're
players,
assuming
exactly.
like we're just adding to his tally.
He's- Do you guys realize he's 39 or 40 at this moment?
Exactly.
He can't. I mean, possibly he can't be fit.
I mean,
for
we
all this.
wish to see him like that, but I don't think he's gonna.
Gone.
Finally, Virat
Kohli.
Kohli's dropped one. Virat Kohli's dropped one.
Why is that a surprise?
No need for your snarky basically over here. You just
Sorry guys,
walked.
my throat has been
And
pretty bad.
Dinner मंगवा लिया dinner.
अभी मंगवाएंगे. खेल खत्म हो जाए. I thought this would be wrapped up by now, but unfortunately.
Gill should play 3 in place of
I mean,
Pujara.
do Virat and Rohit realize that कि भाई अब इनकी उम्र नहीं रही है long. I'm sorry, Virat
Not
is an
Virat.
excellent long on, but yeah, but he drops a lot of catches, dude. Can't. At least
Yeah. He
you
drops a
can't.
catch.
There is no. That's not incorrect.
Because he's going for them.
अच्छा ये तो everyone would have gone for it.
Not Ashwin, but yeah, let's
Hard
move on.
work, aye. Anyway, Shanaka trying to get some consolidation runs and some pride. I find it very interesting that Australia had Swepson in their squad in 2017, but since failed to develop him. When you don't have the riches, like Park don't have either, they should try Zampa, Shadab in tests, i.e. or Zampa. Yeah, I don't know why they. I was telling.
I don't
should
think
this.
Zampa has played enough.
I know, but
But
why
I
don't
think
they
you-
just
you-
pick him
you-
for India series?
You
And
can't.
then-
Why?
See, the point is, it's not the series that has come out of the blue.
conditions, bro.
It's,
Hospital
it's not a India Sri Lanka series which was like decided 15 days ago. Okay, bhai, chalo khel le.
This is fun.
This series was decided long back, and if they had Zampa in their plans,
Then they would have.
they should have,
Okay, wait.
would have,
Let me
should have. Huh?
Think of this. Adil Rashid played for England against India, and he didn't fare really well. So that should tell you that it's not. And they picked him just because he was in.
No, but actually, it's a deeper problem because since Lyon's debut, there's no wrist spinner I can think who's actually.
Lyon is also not.
They
a wrist
tried.
spinner.
They've been trying to make
Swepson won them a
succeed.
match.
succeed for a very long time.
And Swepson won them a
actually
match now.
traveled with the squad in 2017.
Ah no, uske pehle. I'm saying from 2011.
Jason Krejza.
So
But
basically,
not
since
a wrist
Warne,
spinner. No.
Wrist
since
spinner
Warne
to
and
koi
McGill,
tha nahi.
who else has been there? Wrist spinners in tests, dude, Australia.
Smith.
There was one more. मेरे को
Started
नाम याद नहीं आ रहा अभी. Anirudh Suresh होता तो would have told us. There was one more.
Which era?
इसी era में था. He did not play.
Because
a
I
lot,
remember
but there
before Lyon, they had Jason Krejza.
No,
all
it's all
these-
spinners.
Yeah, all
was
off
Nathan
spinners.
Horitz.
Nathan Horitz, all off
Horitz
spinners.
was 2005. Horitz was.
I'm talking from
But didn't
basically
Horitz
post Shane Warne.
play that 2009 game as well? Hyderabad ODI.
Yeah. He was.
And then
from
Shane
there, he
Warne.
was
Xavier,
Guys,
started
question
very
Xavier
for
young.
y'all.
Doherty.
Question for y'all: Australian wrist spinners to play Test cricket
Because
post Warne.
O'Keefe played. O'Keefe was a left arm.
No, wrist spinner.
Wrist spinners for sure.
Who else is there?
BCCI needs to make sure that Hardik has to be monitored as he requires to be fit for both bowling and batting in the ODI World Cup.
मन में पढ़ लो.
Yeah, for sure. Sridhar, new name, subscribe. We've taken your comment, and I agree with you. The fact that they should be mindful, because as much as we want Hardik to captain our T20s,
And there's a second part to the question.
McGill, yeah.
But
I mean,
Hardik would be resting entire Feb and mid-March. No, he's not part of Test, so 45 days break.
हाँ, but Gujarat Titans भी देखना है उसके.
तो उस 45 days में तो गुजरात टाइटंस भी कुछ नहीं कर रहा होगा. They would be having a camp or anything.
What is different about Patrick Dooley for Big Bash?
He's a left arm
Patrick
unorthodox.
Dooley.
Unorthodox.
But isn't he English? He's
No,
not
he's
not
Australian. He's Australian.
Oh.
He's the
Brad
one who
Hogg
goes like-
saying Brad Hogg.
These days,
Stuart
anyone who
McGill-
performs in BBL, I
Brad
think
Hogg,
is
Stuart
English.
McGill still played in the Warner. I mean, Hogg a little bit after.
Hogg is still a old name. I mean, it's not like
You're telling me Ponting and Clark didn't have they couldn't throw the ball to any leg spinner tests.
because Clark was good enough. He won a match against India.
Clark was good enough, but bro, that's baffling.
2 spectacular spells against India.
So they just had Krejza, Horitz, Lyon, all like for like.
Yes.
There's no one
Now
else.
Todd Murphy.
Todd Murphy is also like He started as a
Dude,
medium
that's a
pacer
joke.
and then
Country
he.
which has produced 3 in 1 doesn't have any leg spinners after that.
See, that's the thing. No, what's
They
the
have them,
incentive for a leg spinner to play test matches?
But
Name one country which has a wrist spinner.
That's what I was just gonna say. Right now in Test cricket,
Yeah.
who has good wrist spinners?
See, I actually.
Who has a wrist spinner?
Played for
I
New
had a
Zealand,
long
but-
conversation with Lakshman Shivaramakrishnan on this about a year ago, and he was super pissed off there being no leg spinner in Test cricket anymore. They say he was like, they should not be handed IPL contracts. They should make it mandatory. They should have played at least one Test to be an IPL player.
But
For spinners?
But why is that a problem?
Because control. It's much easier to see in white ball, right?
Like Rashid in that one-off test we saw, he struggled.
Yeah, he struggled with the length. And in tests, the more you struggle, Swepson, right? He had a very good start, but in Pakistan, when the pitch is flat, he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So
that's who's been a good test leg spinner in the last decade? Yasir Shah?
Yasir Shah is a good shot.
Who else is there? Who are Indian leg spinners?
India didn't have
After Kumble?
I think since Kumble, no leg spinner played for
India. Even Chahal doesn't play.
Bro, that's a
Amit Mishra.
Amit Mishra,
for sure. Kuch to hoga, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Michael Clark took 6 wickets for 9 years.
Mishra is not retired, no? Mishra can still play.
We saw that. White Smith converted from spinner to batsman, yeah. Brad Hogg officially retired. Don't know about that. Richie Beno, Stuart McGill. Yeah, we're not going that way back. Go up slightly, Shaunak. I just want to know if there's any other shouts from the lads in the comments.
I don't think he can go.
It's quite ridiculous, though, the whole leg spin chat.
Sure,
Even right now, if you look at it, South Africa doesn't have one because they go with Maharaj. India don't, obviously, because we have Ashwin, Akshar, Jadeja. I know we have Kuldeep. Technically, he's mystery spinner more than leg spinner, but
he's a wrist spinner, so
West Indies don't have
not
anyone.
a mystery spinner. He's a wrist spinner.
Wrist spinner. West Indies don't have anyone. Roston.
They have Hayden Wall Jr.
No, not in tests.
I mean, at least they have.
They had Devendra Bishu, who was a leg spinner.
Yeah.
Bishu. Rehan Ahmed most.
And then Mahendra Nagamutu.
Oh, Rehan Ahmed now.
Mahendra Nagamutu.
Nagamutu is quality.
Gone.
Bishu was really good.
Bishu is very good.
Oh, well done, Chahal, if he's prevented
I think it's
that from going for 4. I think that was his whole bloody body. And well done Sri Lanka as well to actually reduce the deficit below 100.
I mean they're
getting there.
They're actually doing quite a good job for their net rates in the series.
They won the toss and decided to bowl. Would they regret it?
Of course, 100%.
They regret to actually agreeing to play ODIs as well. Like T20 series खेलना जा रहे हैं, हमें नहीं खेलना.
Bro, but don't they kind of like think about it? You're Sri Lankan. If you're one of those players, you're traveling to India all the bloody time, and you're just getting battered. Like, shouldn't they if 3 of us
battered and fried
and say Rajpal, go then be like show them this time. We'll show them.
That's how they would have started.
We'll show them. We'll show them.
But
then they drop dollies and the players score hundreds.
Like that dirtiness of Jayasurya and Murli. Like, they played with fucking like
उस समय उल्टा होता था.
Feistiness.
Someone else was getting battered.
Yeah. Sri Lanka scoring 948 for fun.
फिर हर्डल किसी और टीम को करना पड़ता था कि भाई ये लोग हैं, इनको देखो यार, आज जयसूर्या को कौन आउट करेगा.
Rahul Chahar plays regularly for a might play in the future.
Yeah, but again, too risky an option to play in test.
Yeah, and I don't like his hair.
Wow.
I'm a hairist.
No hair jokes, please.
I'm a hairist. IPL option से पहले आता at least audition दे पाती. Yeah, makes sense. Man of the match today. Good question. Good question.
Kohli, of course.
Oh,
Kohli, of
I
course.
just wanted to hear it.
They're gonna give it to Kohli. That's
Especially from
thinking
Som,
like
his beloved Rohit.
No.
No, but imagine if Rohit doesn't get runs. I know he got 83. But then
When?
because he's going to lead. ODI World Cup, he's going to lead. I'm saying this series.
Hey, imagine though, you can imagine a lot of different
No,
things.
but then will he drop himself for Kishan? And do what Raji does, that.
You mean he would have to do what Brian Lara is going to do for SRH? Non-playing captain.
Don't want to go there, Brian. We love you, always have.
Yeah, but he will be the non-playing captain for SRH. They don't have a captain.
Dude, Lara, these guys will be mad. But I don't
He
know.
actually gave an interview today that
He
at times he feels that
but
he can still
isn't he
play.
legally not allowed to play the IPL after ICL?
who?
Lala
वो तो राइडू भी नहीं खेलना चाहिए ऐसा
Yeah.
तो फिर.
or Benny? Guys, following SAT20, need a watch along for that would be great.
SA20.
SA20.
Subhash
Let's
Chandra,
start it
I
with,
want to
yeah.
pick Subhash's comment. Babar 70th century at age 28. Under 10 years on Park Roads, how many will... I think Subhash 17th centuries at 28 is not a lot. Like, if you
Yeah.
think about it.
Kohli had 35
Yeah.
or something like that.
So,
Something like that. For sure.
that itself is a marker that he's not actually scoring. And first and foremost, Pakistan actually don't play a lot
Hmm.
in
That's
comparison
best.
to India and England.
But one second, be honest, guys. I know you guys watch a lot of cricket, love cricket, work at cricket.com. How much are you guys going to give up about SAT20? First game?
A couple of
Nuggets.
to begin with, and then we'll figure.
You
See,
are
it depends on the performance of the
watch
local
games.
players, the quality, and also, I mean, the point is the amount of cricket.
That's the big
Maybe I mean, right now it will start 9:30.
But
No, I just
No,
hope
no,
this
wait.
is not like a Ram Slam or a Manzi Super League where it's a crash bang wallet.
Okay, wait. If you're given a choice between watching this and that, would you have not already started watching
Oh,
SA20?
yeah, for sure.
Probably
But that's
yes.
because it's inaugural, it's a new property, we want to see
And
okay,
probably
how
because
things are.
this was a one-sided game. Otherwise,
Otherwise, would you have? Okay, wait. This is going on.
Say if the
Nail-biter.
PSL final is happening and India Sri Lanka is happening, India Sri Lanka NED. And I'm not even being like, not even being anti-Pakistan, guys. It's that the PSL final doesn't enthrall me.
Yeah.
that's
Maybe.
a extended version of Hong Kong Super Sixers. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying any other, like if you're a New Zealand cricket fan, Australia cricket fan, West Indies, you're watching bloody in Trinidad, you'll watch the IPL final regardless. Even if you're on a party, it's your 25th birthday, your friend's wedding anniversary.
Because
you'll
there is
watch
no
it.
international cricket at that point of
Which is a
time.
good point.
Actually, if you think about it, cricket calendar is pretty sorted only during the IPL, where you know that you can
Only
actually chill
IPL.
for the entire day and only come live at 7:30 in the night and just be watch it till 11:30, then you'll be free.
4. Oh.
BCCI just have, the BCCI is so powerful. Like they have everything going towards them, but apart from trophies, which is the saddest
Let's
thing.
not go
If
there.
only you could buy trophies.
Then Mumbai will have
Avenge.
10.
Who the hell is Avenge?
They've already
Have 5. That's what I'm
they've
saying.
already bought 5.
Oh, that's me, maybe. Thanks, Rajay. Do you see Arshdeep making test debut this year?
Pravan, are you anywhere related to Siddharth Anand? Just saw the Pathan trailer today, so bad
that?
joke
Who's that?
moment.
Can you tell me more about the SRH captain discussion of Lara? I mean, what do you want to know? I think Markram's going to be captain at the end of it.
I think Bhuvi is going to be the captain.
Actually, Bhuvi, after what
either of
he's... Like, he shared a really deep bond with Kavya Maram, which should be put out there.
What?
What deep bond?
What are you talking about? I mean,
I thought he was
Bhuvi
going
and
to say...
Kavya Maran are really good friends.
No, I thought he was going to say...
So are...
that's it.
What's the... No point, guys. I mean,
So
Avnish is watching too much
So-
clickbaity content these days.
So Dhoni and Zinta are also friends. That doesn't mean that he captains Punjab Kings.
Guys, it's all obviously tongue-in-cheek banter because I have no other thing to talk about in India-Sri Lanka game which should have got over 1 hour ago. And now we're just dragging it on, but it's good.
We are blaming all this clickbaitiness to Shanaka.
Yeah, for sure.
On Shanaka.
Dude, he's actually going to get 100.
Pranav, bhai, kya comment hai? ऐसे into new. Actually, I really like the a couple of new rules. वो wicket पे पड़ा तो run नहीं होना चाहिए. And there was one more about hitting the wickets. Overthrow. If it hit the stumps
Intentional overthrows.
That's actually a good thing. I mean, you actually hit the target and then still you're getting charged for overthrows. That's such a bad rule if you think about it.
But if the batter has already come in, then you're just throwing it.
But intentional run out, so you will know, right? When are they just trying to randomly throw it?
Again.
And if it doesn't hit the stumps, then anyway they are at fault. There is one very commonsensical rule which should change. That if a bowler has bowled, if the ball has hit the stumps, technology can confirm it hits the stumps, but the bail hasn't fallen down, it should still be given bowled, guys. I mean, I'm just waiting for any new league to introduce this common sense rule.
But you were talking about another rule, right? The fielding rule where if it's just above the rope, just give it as 4.
Yeah, man,
that is another rule.
That is. I mean, cricket should just take a leave out of football there.
Or like...
And VAR it, bro. Like
VAR की भी जरूरत नहीं है.
Goal line
Simple goal line technology की. If the ball has crossed the boundary, no matter what, if it's even hit the ground, it should be 4 or 6. Just get done with it.
But I think I agree with Maxwell's point of view that it takes skills to do what he
वो
did.
तो है ही, वो तो हमेशा ही skills लगेगा.
You'll have to show that presence of mind to go out and then jump.
So if
and
you think
then do all
about
of that,
think about this from the football lens, let's say if they did not have the ball crossing the line in the air rule, somebody would have gone and done a Rey Mysterio 619 to save it.
Yeah.
And then someone will say, it's skills.
They used to do that.
So basically, a goal should only be allowed by that theory if it hits the back of the net.
Or touching any
not
part of the
crossing the
ground
line.
after the
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, some rules in cricket have to change. So the last 2 overs of this first ODI, by the way, in Sri Lanka, I mean, to be fair, they've saved face. They've saved themselves some pride.
We were actually talking about the
Which is
India-Bangladesh first ODI of the World Cup 2011. This game is going in that direction. India failed to get Bangladesh all out in
There's
the
one comment on Labuschagne which said that without luck, I mean, like with all the luck, he averaged 56. Without luck, he would average like 44. Which I still think is quite good.
But you know, I think he
average.
didn't have any luck in one tournament, which is the county he played on. And I think he was just like
Glamorgan. But he was decent. He was not very, very good.
So
But
Darren Stevens just had him in toast. I mean, wherever they play.
see, the point
That is
is,
because
but there will
Stevens.
come a time when, see, it's like with Kohli, right? Now he's getting his share of luck. He sort of ran out of luck in the past.
No, but how
years.
afraid will you be if Labuschagne is an India fan?
Not really. I mean,
short Chanaka.
see, the point is,
How does this man not have an IPL contract? I'm not saying that because I just saw this shot or this innings.
is IPL a 50-over tournament?
No, but Dasan Chanaka has showed his worth in the T20s.
No, but a lot of
He's
them.
part of the fastest chase against Australia last year.
He's
blitz India and
Can he bowl 4 overs?
He's an India bully.
Can he bowl 4 overs?
Of course. He got 2 wickets in that. Only
1
T20
over.
they won.
He bowled only 1 over.
Okay, he can bowl 3 overs. But
He
where
didn't.
can Darren
He
Mitchell
hasn't.
bowl 4 overs? Or James Neesham bowl 4 overs?
Yeah, and even I like that you can actually pick the 11 after a toss, which makes so much sense. I
Yeah.
mean, but just think, I'm just thinking about stuff. I mean, definitely now in
Before
hindsight.
you think of it, I'll give you one more this thing. The basic difference between that and then having the impact rule is that a captain has to make that bold move looking at the pitch. At the toss, after winning the toss, he has to look at the pitch and then immediately name the 11. He can't change like how the impact rule works, right?
I mean,
So-
I think this is not a comparison to
No,
an
I mean,
impact
like, in
player
terms of
rule,
rules.
but in terms of a general understanding, it's if you're losing the toss, you're actually losing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. But like,
I mean, if you think about test matches, I mean, limited overs, the pitch doesn't change a lot. But if you think about test matches, if you ask, every captain will change his 11 based on if they're batting.
no, but that's what makes it more beautiful, right? So if you lose a toss,
how does it make it more?
then the team who wins it needs to be more adaptable.
No, I
If
think-
you're picking bowlers,
this is where I don't agree with you.
Okay.
I mean, see, everything can be sort of reasoned with saying that this is what makes it beautiful.
No,
but
so-
there is no logic.
so say you're playing in New Zealand,
Okay.
overcast conditions and all
Yeah.
that. Obviously, you're going to pick one more pacer if you win the toss, whatever. I'm just saying, even if you lose the toss, then the onus becomes on that 11 that you've
See,
gone with.
New Zealand overcast is a one-off scenario. Think of a very normal pitch, okay? Where you are undecided where to go with an extra spinner or an extra pacer.
Yeah.
This is where, if you know that you've lost the toss and you're like gonna bowl in the 4th innings, maybe you'll pick the extra spinner here. But in your mind, probably you would have gone with an extra pacer to begin with, but you're gonna change it once after the toss is done.
Case in example, India versus Bangladesh, where they picked Unatkat for the first
But that's
day.
something
They
like
picked
I
Bangladesh.
think
But that's something like the super sub rule, dude, where you can change
super
it
sub
after
rule तो
the
चलो अलग ही हो
innings.
गया उसमें तो you can actually change players, but I'm saying at least at the toss you know कि तुम पहले batting करने वाले हो bowling करने वाले हो, so you can actually finalize the 11 based on it. Right now the captain loses the toss, actually loses a lot of advantages. At least one such advantage has been cut down.
Yeah, but I don't think that rule's going to change. I mean, many people might agree with you.
13 थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया, maybe you can go with 12.
No, 13 is also fine.
13 is also fine. 15 भी
Yeah,
fine ही है. Squad is a squad. I mean, how
Yeah.
does it matter?
No, I'm saying it still needs skills for the captain or coach
Yeah.
to
Or
read the
maybe
pitch properly.
See, maybe what to actually make it very simple, what they can do is have the captain pick 2 11s at the very beginning.
If you
And
lose the
if-
toss
if-
and
if-
win the toss.
No, not with that. I mean, if we were batting first, this is our 11. Now that we are
No,
bowling
that's what.
first.
If he wins the toss, he knows what he has to do.
But
So if
what
he loses the toss,
what if he loses a toss and yet the opposing captains
Score
give
like
him
that. Yeah,
the
yeah.
advantage?
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
We'll take a couple of questions because the last 4 balls of this ODI watch-along, it's been thrilling to, of course, talk to you guys as ever. Nikhil V going on to say, any reservations in the South African SA20? I should get that.
I think only 4 overseas are allowed. That's it.
And plus, I don't like the fact that 2 new leagues are coinciding with each other. I know the ILT20 starts 2 days later.
But then
3
where
days
is your
later.
window?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying from an SAT20 lens, Graham Smith must be going like It's already diluted. It's further being diluted.
But
They have to have
but
world-like performances.
Imagine being
but I think
JSK.
all the better players are in the SA T20.
No,
Right?
imagine being JSK. They don't have Moeen Ali
Oh,
because of the commitments to ILT20.
Yeah.
And now they don't have Harry Brook because he's like,
oh, so
we don't know how to handle him. We just you guys don't play him.
But I think it's even Stevens in the sense that
How is it even Stevens?
look at who SA20 also have now. All the England great players, plus your Rashids, plus all
No,
your.
I'm saying from franchisee perspective.
Oh yeah.
That's Moeen Ali definitely would have played. Harry Brook definitely would have played. So that's like your two first choice players.
And they pulled out.
One ECB pulled Harry Brook out, saying that they need to take care of his workload, and Moeen Ali because of the ILT20 commitment. So,
but are they
Rajiv
playing
Uman
the
तो मान ही नहीं रहा.
SA20?
Rajiv Uman 11 करवा के ही मानेगा. Rohit, Sky, Kohli, Ishan, Iyer.
But one sec, are the England
wicket
players?
maiden.
Are the England players playing the SA20 because the series? They have to tour South Africa after that.
No.
Nothing
They're
like
just
that. Right?
playing because England and South Africa kind of have a very good connection. You'll see a lot of county players. They are like South Africans and all of that.
Rajay is 11. Rajay only 5 bowlers. भाई कैसे चलेगा बताओ? 6 तो कम पड़ जाते हैं. 5 में कैसे होगा?
Archer got a wicket.
6 bowler खिला के भी 290 तो बन ही गए अभी.
Archer got a wicket in the first over. Jesus.
The fiery wicket maiden. भाई. Shall we change the channel already?
Follow cricket.com for the live blog. I'm sure someone's on it.
Nobody's on it. Don't.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't oversell.
Don't oversell. But we'll give you updates from now.
But after that, Butler has just said thank you and scored like.
There's also the Bangladesh Premier League happening.
Which you are very interested in.
No,
Apparently.
never. I was interested only
Where
in
you can see Shakib.
Oh, no ways! No ways! No!
Just
didn't
when
see that
we-
coming.
just when we
No!
Okay.
We are reacting to Shami basically munkering Rajita before the
Not
final.
Rajita, I think Shanaka. Shanaka is
Yeah.
98.
Shanaka
Oh,
is a
Shanaka.
98.
Oh my God. Shami, how dare you?
I think.
And he's done it only for fun. And Rohit withdraws the appeal. Rohit से क्या कर रहा है भाई?
98 पे मत करो बोल रहा है कि भाई ऐसे 100 मत छीनो. When it'll go back to the time of Suraj Randi when Virendra Sehwag.
No ball.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
But
Bro,
Wait,
I was just like, what? He hasn't done that. And Shanaka was just like thinking to himself, like, what? So obviously, you think India will do what?
they've set an aggressive.
Who was the Sri Lankan bowler who oversteps to save out and get his 100?
Suraj
Suraj
Randi.
Randi.
That's what he
Oh
said.
my good grief.
Run,
Run,
dude.
Oh, surely no Sharma.
Oh.
And it's run away for four.
Roseby.
It's run away for 4.
Hey, give the dude his 100. He deserves it. Why are they trying so hard to?
But it's good, no?
I mean, हाँ.
There's
of
some
course.
fun.
Competitive juices.
It's fun and banter.
हाँ, सही है भाई. Free में भी नहीं मिलना चाहिए ODI 100. One should earn it, which Shanaka has already, in my opinion.
But I think Shami just did that for like, shits
Yeah.
and giggles. He
Obviously,
did
otherwise they would have appealed properly. कि भाई जाओ.
No, maybe actually.
Imagine
just
Sri
properly and
Lanka
Rose is
needed-
like, are you mad?
Imagine Sri Lanka needed 9 runs in this over now, and then that man getting.
Just charged them.
Ran out at non-strikers end.
Oh my God! So Archer's bowling
Last
to
I
Butler
heard,
and Roy.
Vinu
Amazing.
Mankan's grandson was comfortable with it
But
being called
he
man
did
getting.
a big U-turn. He was the one who said, no,
Short,
It's a
dude, short.
for
So Shanaka gets to his 100
he'll
and
thank
well
Shami first.
deserved.
He'll
And
thank
Sri
Shami.
Lanka,
Player.
well, they get to 300, so even more deserved, honestly. I know it was just Petam Nisanka, but Shanaka honestly take a bow. Second 100 in his ODI career, and he deserves this one. He really deserves it. I mean, he deserves 100, let alone being mounted.
You know what his
Okay,
average
6
was
bowlers.
before this innings? 24-25 in ODIs.
Holy shit. By the way, it's like a mini English battle happening in South Africa. So Butler, Roy are batting, Archers from one end, Currents from the other, and Owen Morgan's in the shed. Mazak chal raha hai?
Yeah, I mean, actually, Sahil has corrected me. Pranav.
Oh, and he's hit
This is how we
that.
should have got to 100.
What a way to finish the game. And
Killer.
Sri Lanka and Shanaka doing themselves a world of good. 108 not out, boys. That means India winning
That
by a
means
handsome
Shanaka is my man
67
of the
runs.
match.
67 runs.
Shanaka is the player of the match.
After
Wow.
Kohli show.
After Kohli shot.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka's player of the match.
This is why that England system is very good.
दोनों को दे दो एक एक.
yeah, one from this team, one from that.
So 1 second, lads. Lots going on right now because the SA20 started. But more importantly, India going 1-0 up in this 3-match ODI series. Thanks pretty much to all the batsmen, in particular Virat Kohli and his 45th ton.
And of course, Rohit and Gill to set up
Rohit
that.
and
You
Gill
won't
set
say
up.
it. Let me say that.
No,
I mean,
I wanted you to say it, but it
as
was on
good a
cue.
platform laid by openers in a while.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
It-
mean-
they made life very easy for the middle order batters to follow. And Kohli, being the experienced fellow he is, and driving his luck a little bit, capitalized on it completely.
I agree. But look, at the end of the day, a happy Tuesday for all Indian fans. Hopefully, we can see this again transpire on Thursday. We'll be doing the watch along then, slightly earlier at that point in time. And for all you SA20 fans out there, unfortunately, we won't be doing watch alongs for those games. Maybe the final if the tournament gets into some sort of interest.
And it doesn't clash with
And it doesn't clash.
any
with
Indian
other commitments.
Correct. So, I mean, is it safe to say that we can end the watch along? Any other big positives that we've forgotten? Umran, Siraj, of course.
I think
Shami's
in,
new haircut.
Shami's
Sorry.
new
I think
haircut.
in interest of time and the fact that our Mike has played games with us, we
Oh,
should
yeah.
have ended this a while back. That is what our producers wanted us to do, but we still carried on. And
We've carried on and we've soldiered on, to be fair, thanks to Mr. Road here. That's the mic.
The road
I'm
not
saying it
taken.
to anyone.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much to Akash and Somesh for lending their 1 hour, 50 minutes, 25, 26, 27 seconds.
Yeah.
Voice problems, availability problems. We talk about Mohan Ali not being available. Sometimes we have to fight for Akash.
Yeah, of course, I have to go back and write an analysis, please. Unlike you guys.
But yeah, thanks Rajesh, Sahil, Samish, Shumbing, Pranab, all of you guys. Really appreciate it. Apologies if we couldn't take a question because there were so many of them, but we'll definitely do so in the future watch-alongs. It's been a Kohli day, and we'll leave it there.
Kohli day.
Thanks so much for watching. My name's Abdi Shaikh.
Quality day.
Somesh, Akash, goodbye from us, and enjoy all the cricket.
Cut.
Cricket.com.